We back. We back. Take two. Take two.
Yeah.
Man, we had some technical difficulties, but we appreciate everybody being patient with us. But as we were saying, as we were trying to tell y'all, the Raiders got the #1 overall pick. If you guys didn't know, obviously the Raider fans, some Raider fans going on vacations right now. It's a good time to go on vacation because really there's nothing really to watch with this team. But if you're you crazy fanatic, just like we are, man, we still paying attention to this team, seeing what's going on, and obviously they currently have the #1 overall pick. Anybody just joining us, we appreciate y'all patience. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. There's a lot to talk about today too. Tom Brady. Well, Tony Pauline there was a report that pretty much kind of confirmed what we already kind of knew. We alluded to so many different times. Like, we watch this team so much that we kind of, at this point, like, we feel like we know who's calling the shots, and we're like, man, this doesn't seem like this guy would call. So Brady, we're gonna get into that. Brady, Carroll, and Spy Tech talk. We'll also get into like the Raiders obviously currently have the #1 pick. Who are they gonna go with? And some interesting head coach candidates. I want to get into that in a little bit, but and obviously the usual stuff like the flags on the play, all that good stuff, man. But Severe, man, what's going on with you, man? How you been?
Oh man, been good, man. Season's almost done. Trying to secure the #1 pick, baby. Trying to secure that #1 pick. Hey, with this last loss, I think we're guaranteed to have a worse record than Antonio Pierce or Pete Carroll is.
Yeah.
So it's almost a waste of time, really. You feel me? So, but hey, one more game to go. One more game to go.
I think we're all waiting for the. That's what everybody waiting for, man. That #1 pick, that draft, basically the draft, the off season. Yeah. I know that's probably like the sound that you hear for the draft, but that's pretty much. That can symbolize the Raiders off season. Like we just. Oh, you gotta. Man, I was hoping that we didn't have to have any issues like that. He said it's an echo. Man. Let's see if I could figure out a way to fix this echo.
I'm currently in the Raiders losing streak. That's why you're all that.
Yeah. But I was gonna say too, this is the last show of the year.
Yeah.
The last show of the year, man. It's gonna be after tomorrow, man. It's gonna be a new year, man. New year. Hopefully the Raiders are gonna be a new team, get some new players, all that good stuff.
Well, not on Sunday. We don't want a new team on Sunday. We want the same ass team. The same ass team.
Bro, Gino Smith. I was like rewatching the game, man. This dude. I don't want to say his career is done, but man, like, do you think his time as a starting quarterback is done? Pretty much. I don't see him like. I don't know who he could catch on as a starter. Maybe.
It'll be hard for him to catch on as a starter somewhere. Yeah. I don't want to say his time is done because I think he'll go somewhere and be a backup. He could potentially start games, and if he plays well, then he might be named a starter for a team like down the stretch, something like that. But yeah, it's gonna be an uphill battle for him. Uphill battle.
Okay. LS. So you said last time Severe had an echo, it's just randomly fixed itself after 5 minutes. Huh. Do you hear the echo now? Test. Let's before we start this conversation, I want to make sure we good. We good.
Salute.
K-pop Severe auto tunes.
It's crazy. It's crazy work.
We got a super chat, man. Hey, let me. In the meantime, let me address this super chat, man. Appreciate the support, man. Oh man, it's kind of hard to read here. But I got it here. I got it here right in front of me. But what My guy Taj, man, appreciate you supporting the show, man. As always, what up, fellas? What are the chances the Raiders don't draft at 1 and actually trade back for more assets? Mendoza ain't really, and more not special. I mean, it ain't like there ain't like a can't miss prospect in this draft, but the Raiders, they have no choice. It feels like they have no choice but to draft the QB because they don't have one currently, and they gotta, and it's not like the Raiders are gonna have a number one overall pick every year. Like I just told you, like the last time, the first take, I did tell y'all that like the last time the Raiders had the number 1 overall pick was like 2007, and when they drafted Jamarcus Russell, and then the messed up part of it is if the Raiders, let's say the Raiders any other year fish. Like, let's say if you're going to wait, so maybe the following year and the Raiders finish with a top 5 pick, top 10 pick, whatever the case may be, right? Then at that point, let's say if they find their guy, but guess what? Everybody's probably gonna want to draft that guy, right? And it's going to be even harder to draft a QB or get that QB. You know what I mean? So this might be the best time to do it. Now, I'm not mad at trading back because we've talked about this in past shows, man. Like if the Jets come, they call the Raiders and they're willing to give up some first round picks, it makes you think about it a little bit. But the only reason why I would hesitate is like, what's the plan at QB? How are they planning to address the QB position? And it just feels like after the first 2 quarterbacks, there's a big drop off. Now, you know what I mean? Severe, I don't know how you feel about Sorsby. I know we've had our conversations, but if he decides to, if he gets some good NFL feedback and he decides to, enter the draft, then that could be a nice little, dark horse candidate for that 3rd QB spot. So then doing a trade down, you could have maybe a Sorsby later on, still get like BPA early on and still have some draft capital to address other positions on the team, and getting Sorsby as a consolation prize. I'm not mad at that. But if there's no plan for that QB spot after those first 2 quarterbacks, then I'm like, I don't think the Raiders are going to be in any position. I mean, how do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like the Raiders should trade down if the Jets come calling, no matter what?
I think first we have to identify who our head coach is. And I think that will inform our philosophy greatly. Once we get our head coach and our offensive coordinator,
for sure,
and get those people in the building, because, I've said it before, if we're not completely sold on whoever the guy is at quarterback, then I don't want to stake him. Like, if you're not sold on this guy, you don't really truly believe he can be the person, he can be the guy that leads your franchise, then trade back. Trade back, let a team who does believe in that guy, let them draft him, right? There have been plenty of times where we've seen, quarterbacks who got picked early, be bust. Ironically, the very last time we picked a quarterback number 1 overall, right? It was kind of a weak quarterback class. It was probably like, I think that was more like a 3-guy draft. Really, it was Brady Quinn, Jamarcus Russell, and then like kind of the second tier guy was Drew Stanton, and then late round guy would have been a Heisman Trophy winner that year, who was Troy Smith. So like that was a year where like people weren't sold on that quarterback class either. So even if you needed one or you felt you had to take one, not necessarily the intelligent thing to do at that point would be just to take one because you felt you had to. Like, you got to evaluate these players individually, and you can't reach for a need. So if we aren't sold on these guys, then the best course of action is to trade back, and then create a fertile soil. So when we do plan to put a quarterback here, he can grow and flourish. So I'm good either way. But if we're going to take a quarterback, then everybody in the organization has to be on the same page.
Oh yeah, I'm with that 100%, because we've seen like situations where the coaching staff doesn't believe in them, but then the GM or the owner wants to get a quarterback, and then you can see how that like it's not going to be successful. The coaching staff got to be all in on the guy for sure, 100%. Yeah. But like you said, everybody has to be on the same page in order for at least for that player to have a chance. But yeah, we appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Okay, you guys still hear echo?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me get to this, bro. My bad, y'all. Let me see if I could fix this right here, man, because some of this stuff doesn't really, like, we don't notice it until we go live.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Like, I hear Pharaoh fine. If you hear me fine, right, Pharaoh?
Yeah, I don't hear no echo. Coach says I think severe. Coach he be talking, bro.
That's very true, Coach. You caught me. I do.
Yeah. Now I know. You guys are talking about severe. Let me. Hey, your boy Eichenberg. He might be a special team ace.
But it's also his fault on that touchdown. He had that big hit, but it's also his fault we gave up that touchdown.
He gave up. He was a big part of that big touchdown.
Yeah, he didn't stand. He didn't stay in his lane.
That's ugly. All right. Let me see here. You know what? Severe. In the meantime, why don't you turn off the mic real quick? I think that will get rid of the echo in the meantime.
You just go to the computer mic.
Yeah, and then I'll fix it, and then you can go back to it.
Check. Still, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It sound like it's coming from the computer.
No, it's not just. Everybody going crazy right now. It's all good. Damn.
Let me show. I'm trying a different setting.
Yeah.
Check. Still going.
All right. Is he still acting? Severe, say something.
Yeah, am I still going?
All right. I mean, let's see. Yeah, it's live. Cool, Kev, man. Appreciate you coming through. It's live. We live right now. We just having some technical difficulties, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Tony in the building, man. Appreciate you coming through. You said that's an echo effect, not a feedback type of echo. Okay.
Fight night. Man, I don't even know if I'm coming from the computer or not. Does it sound like I'm coming from the computer?
Yeah.
It's coming from the computer?
Yeah. But I'm not sure. Okay, no echo. Boom.
No echo?
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I just stay on the computer or should I go back to the mic? I ain't trying to.
Yeah. Nah. You good for right now, but in the meantime, like, you can keep it like that until, like, I figure out the echo that's happening every time your mic comes on. That's what's happening.
But keep it like this.
Yeah, it's all good, man. But yeah, we were talking about the game, a little bit of the game. I mean, I know some of y'all didn't watch it, some of y'all did. Yeah. The Raiders are gonna be Raiders, man. It don't matter if it's the Giants. I know a lot of people are kind of nervous about the Chiefs game. I kind of am, just because maybe Andy Reid is like, you know what? I don't want the Raiders to get a quarterback.
But it could be Trav's last game though.
True.
So Like,
he might want to go out like, you know, on a
yeah,
winning high note. So yeah, that's something that's working on the Raiders side as far as, you know, trying to get that number 1 pick. But yeah, man, Gino's still bad. I was just saying, like, I was trying to ask you, I don't know if do you feel like Gino has an opportunity to get another job as far as a starting quarterback?
Yeah, not right out the gate. You know, he'll have to, you know, basically be a backup and try to go that route. But like the season has done like disastrous damage to his stock and to his standing in the NFL. And Pete Carroll too. I mean, obviously Pete Carroll, he's about to be out the league. But Gino, you know, he's a quarterback, so he's like what 35, like, so he's probably still has like 4 or 5 years. You would think at least to play. Josh Johnson is still playing. You know, we just saw Phillip Rivers come back and play. So when you're a quarterback, you can play for quite some time. So, you know, ideally for him, I'm sure he would like to start, but nobody's going to hand him a starting job. Even if he beats out a guy in camp, I don't think there's a team out there that's going to give him a starting job.
Yeah.
As they said, now I sound loud.
He said, now you loud.
Yeah.
Now they hating. Now they hating. Man, the texting, man, what is going on? It's like
they said very echoey.
Oh, now?
That's what they said.
Okay.
Oh, man had a suggestion. Turn off monitoring.
Damn. How about now?
Testing 1 2. In this corner, standing at 6'4". And he said it's worse than before. Damn.
Same echo level. It's worse than before. Man, just turn your mic on, bro. That's crazy because you did something last show. We didn't have the echo problem. Like we
started off with it backstage.
Yeah.
With around the shield, and then we kind of got it fixed. But
okay, hold on. Okay.
It's Apple troubleshooting show.
Yeah, man. My bad, y'all.
Nah, it's all good.
Let's see. Safari gonna need to learn a sign language. Yeah, man.
Man, facts. I'm gonna just use ChatGPT to I'm gonna have to turn to Fernando Mendoza, man. Just use a robot to say all my words for me.
Baseball manager, just do signs. Let's see. Monitor. Let's see. USB.
Yeah, see, only I echo to you guys, but Pharaoh doesn't hear it, so that's the thing. So it's like it's hard to correct it because he can't hear it.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll probably hear it if I go to the YouTube where it's streaming live, but I'm not listening from that angle. Let's see. All right, let's see.
Still.
Okay, how about now?
Testing 1 2. Still echoing. Yeah, nay.
Let us know. Tony, I already know Tony the expert over here, man. So I need your help, bro.
Man, it's facts.
I already know Tony the expert. Let's see. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, you're right. I should just listen to. Let me just hear it.
Check it. Yeah.
I'll just check it right.
If I can't mute my mic though, because you gotta be able to hear me. So I can't play it on my end. Nah, man, B said it's still there. Check.
Yeah, what is bro?
You hear it? It's bad.
Yeah, I can hear it. It's like it's weird because it's not let's see. Enable. All right, how about now?
Check. Check 1 2 1 2. Oh, I think last time did you click echo cancellation?
Yeah. I have that.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Cause now I can hear. It sounds like.
Michael Buffer.
Yeah. It sounds like it's, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like a button that you click on to get that echo.
Yeah, that's what they said. They said it don't sound like echo. It sound like it's an effect.
Yeah, but it's really not. It's like something just turn on.
You check. You turned off audio monitor.
Let's see. Damn, we had this issue before, but I forgot. Man. Hold up, I'm gonna mute myself. Let's see. Oh damn, that's not gonna change nothing.
Yeah,
it's not gonna change nothing. So I already know. Turn on your mic.
It's not on right now.
It's not on right now.
Done, Marco.
All right, it's on right now.
Is it on?
All right, how about now?
You kind of sound echoey.
Now I sound echoey?
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate technical issues.
Is it coming from my mic though, or is it coming from what you call it? It's fixed. It's fixed for me. LS says it's fixed. But does Pharaoh sound echoey though? I don't care if you sound echoey to me.
Test 1 2 3. Are we good?
All right, cool.
Hold on. Y'all just hold on. Y'all playing with us right now.
Yeah, Tony playing. What it looks like to me was weird is that, damn, it said it was fixed and it came back.
All right. what I did earlier. How about now?
Can't, because you're not hooked up to your mic, huh?
Yeah. This is like a temporary slight fix.
Yeah. I don't even know if I'm coming from my mic though right now. Is my voice coming from my mic? Yeah, see that same thing happened last time
Yeah.
where you
That's
came
what I
back.
did.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Yeah. Mint meats in the building. All right, man. This is gonna be a temporary fix until we fix it for real. But man,
Yeah.
we appreciate everybody's patience, man. Now back to the topic at hand. You know what I mean? The Raiders suck,
Yeah, exactly, right.
but they
Appreciate all
got
my
the
tech
number one
support
pick, so
in the
that's all
chat.
that matters, man.
Uh,
Did you watch the game? Or you
yeah,
watched
I
the
watched the game. Yeah, I
watch
watched the game.
okay.
I last game I didn't. The Texas game I really didn't watch. This game I actually watched. I was like, oh, we played pretty good. All right, let me check this game out. See. It was like, oh damn, they'll be right back to where he was.
Bruh, man. I was just glad that they didn't make it close because I was checking
Yeah.
the score. I missed the game. I had to watch I watched the replay, but I mean, obviously,
Mm.
I didn't miss anything. They lost like 34-10.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Gino is going Gino. He threw a pick six, or he didn't throw a pick
Yeah.
six. He threw two picks. The first one looked like it was about to be a pick six.
Yeah.
Where he threw it to the linebacker, but yeah, man. But the game really doesn't matter. I'm not gonna focus too much about the game. I don't think anybody cares. But what happened prior to the game was kind of interesting. And I think we kind of talked about it a little bit last week, especially with Maxx Crosby, being shut down for the season, and then him leaving the building and kind of made it seem like he was unhappy with the decision. And then now we're hearing that he's going to get surgery. Over the weekend, we heard he was getting surgery. So now people are like, oh, wow, everybody's overreacting. He needed to get surgery anyway. And then there's a recent interview that he had with Jim Gray, of all people. Jim Gray,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's
Shadow executive.
Yeah, the guy that's kind of supposedly connected to the Raiders as far as decision making goes. But that's a whole different conversation. But he had an interview with him, and then in that interview, do you have the quote pulled up, Severe?
Yeah, I had it. I don't think I got it no more.
But
Excellent.
there was a small clip where he they clipped it, and it was like it was kind of
Yeah, it was kind of all bad.
The clip itself wasn't bad, but the actual from this is actually a quote from the interview.
You found it? I'm searching for it right
I
now.
found it. I have it right in front of me. So here's the quote. It says, "For me, my love for the game has been since the day I started, since I could remember." Crosby told Jim Gray, "My whole life has been football and sports. That has been obsession since I was a little kid. Yeah, I'm an addict to the core. I've had an obsessive mindset and that addictive personality my whole life. But when it comes to football, there's certain things that I truly believe in, and I feel like there's core principles that you got to live by, and there's a certain way the game needs to be played, and there's a certain approach that you have to have when you go onto the field. And the way you look at it, from my perspective, is you play to win. You play for your teammates. You put everything you have into the game, no matter what it is. There's going to be bumps and bruises. You're going to be banged up. That is part of the game, the nature of the beast." So he's definitely unhappy about the decision for him not to play the last two games of the season. But this is something that we talked about before, that this is going to be an issue. The more the Raiders go a certain direction, then you got to look at some of the people that's on the team that are not a part of that direction. So meaning that if the Raiders are rebuilding, a guy like Maxx Crosby, he's on a completely different timeline. He wants to win now. His prime
Yeah,
is not forever. You know what I mean?
exactly.
He might, he wants to probably finish his prime on a winning note. And the Raiders have been trying to reload year after year after year, and it doesn't work. You got to
Yeah,
build it the right way. And
yeah,
unfortunately, Maxx Crosby is 28. He's closer to the end than he is to the beginning. So I'm sure he's thinking about that. I know a lot of people are like, what he's saying it isn't wrong. Like I get where he's coming from. And that's part of what makes him a great player. He has that competitive mindset. But at
yeah,
the end of the day, like the Raiders also are not wrong in wanting to get the number one pick so they can finally get their quarterback.
yeah,
So all I'm saying is that like there's hey, we kind of said it here, bro. We're like, hey man, the trade could be a possibility, but a lot of people were kind of like, well, what are you talking about? No, Max says he wants to stay, but look, does Max sound happy?
yeah,
Does it sound like maybe time will heal wounds? Maybe as time goes on, like he gets into the off season, but then what's going to happen in the off season? There's going to be more change, possibly another head coach. According
yeah,
to Jeremy Fowler, the Raiders and the Browns have already done preliminary searches on head coaches, so they're already looking. They're already looking and searching for candidates, and they're putting together lists. Nothing official yet, but that should tell you everything you know where the Raiders are kind of leaning towards, and they're leaning towards getting another head coach, which is another
yeah,
head coach for the Raiders, obviously, but also for a guy like Maxx Crosby. So now he has to buy in to another coach. So it's like,
yeah,
does he want to do that with this team, where he feels like at this point, like you know, it's he has every right to be like, ah, man, it's just not working out, and you just look at their contract situations. We kind of talked about it before. We talked about it countless times. It's a tradable contract. It's a tradable contract
yes,
on purpose.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But people don't want to have that conversation.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, now is the time to move them. I mean, if we're going to do it, now will be the time. I mean, and then, I'm sure Max, he may not ask for a trade, but he's been with what? There would be six coaches, I think. It was Gruden, Bisaccia, Josh, AP, and now Pete. So yeah, so like that's a whole lot of coaches, and it's like every single year would have to come in and hear a new guy give their spiel, and you buy into a new philosophy and a new system, and then like fortunately for him, Patrick Graham has been through all those guys except Gruden, but other than that, Patrick Graham has kind of remained a constant, in that on that coaching staff along with Robbie Leonard, but like you got a new head guy all the time, and you're supposed to be the face of the franchise. So it's important that you have a good relationship with your head coach. So you're constantly having to develop these relationships. So,
yeah,
and like you said, Max is a competitor. He wants to compete at the highest level. Obviously that's the NFL playoffs. He's been there once. So I'm sure he wants to, he wants to go. He wants to play for a contender. I know he would rather that be here, but if we were to trade him, I don't think he's going to like throw a temper tantrum about it or anything like that. Like he wants to win.
yeah, yeah, and that's what it is. I mean, and we could be. I mean, a lot has to happen. I think that like Max has to want to be traded. And then also I think a spy tech. I mean, he has no attachment to the players, any
Oh,
player.
I don't,
He's
yeah,
gonna look at it from a perspective. How can he make the Raiders better long term?
exactly.
That's what he's looking at it, and I'm sure he's probably thinking about it. But the thing is that like it's not that simple. Like we all know, like it's really not that simple. You got to think about the GM, the coach, but also the owner. Mark Davis has to sign off on it. And if Max doesn't want to be here, then I can see Mark Davis being like, okay, well, then that's what we're gonna do. But if Max still wants to be here, it's going to be tough for Mark to okay a trade. In my opinion, that's the only thing that I could think of that would stop it from happening. Is just like it's really Mark Davis, and this is goes back, and this is the problem I have with Mark. It's like, oh, he's a guy that talks about, you know, well, I'm not my father. I don't know as much football. You know, I'm not a football guy. But he's still, it somehow, some way, kind of indirectly, kind of, making football decisions or having a big impact on the team, and that's, we got to hold him accountable for that.
Yeah, I mean, all owners do to some extent. When it's
Yeah,
franchise guy, when it's a franchise guy, like if
yeah,
obviously it's like the third DE on the team, like you shouldn't be like, I don't know once you trading Snowden, but when it's like the franchise face of your franchise guy,
yeah,
owner he has to be read in on that, and he has to kind of weigh in on that. So like this is a very particular situation. Like
yeah.
obviously you want him to defer to his football people and just be informed about what's going on. But like I said, face of the franchise type guys, that they're going to have some input.
Hey, let me address this super chats real quick, man. My guy TK in the building, man. This is to y'all for making a shitty season easier, man. Ah, man, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. And we're gonna bring back also the what was it called? Bring this up. We're gonna bring back the phone lines too as well once we get our act together when it comes to technical issues. One day at a time, man.
We can't even get the mic lines together.
I know, man. Appreciate you coming through and supporting the show as always, TK, man. And we got LS with a super chat, my guy, man. Appreciate the super chat. Look, we having issues with the text, but look, just bear with us. Unpopular opinion: Maxx cares more about individual success than anything else. Don't let him fool you. He ain't about winning. It's about his stats.
Nice.
We would be lying if we said that players don't care about stats.
Yeah,
they care about it because they have goals.
Yeah.
They set goals, and Maxx, he wants to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
and part of being in the Hall of Fame, you got to put up, Hall of Fame production. You got to win. So like they care about it, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not mad at a player that cares about like being productive. Like,
yeah, I mean, I see what he's saying. Where it's like, because Maxx does do things where it's like, bro, you don't. He doesn't always keep his assignments, and you see where like he takes risks and takes gambles, and like they pay off. And when you're the player, when you're a player of the caliber of Maxx Crosby, you got to live with some of that stuff. You got to live with him not keeping contained and the quarterback running for a first down. That's just part of what he does. So you got to live with it. What I take issue with is if you don't do your assignment, then you're on the field yelling at another guy for not cleaning up the mess that you helped create. Like sit your ass down, bro. Like I'm not about to take that. And I don't think any NFL player should. Like, don't come barking at me when you didn't do your job and you mad at me because I didn't clean it up. Like, fuck you. It is what it is. But so it's stuff like that. And you see, obviously, this whole saga right now, like he knows, like it's a. I don't want to say it's an act because I think it's genuine. But as a player, you have to know, like, the best thing for my team right now is to secure the #1 overall pick. If I want my team to win, like, that's the best thing. And also the best thing to do is for me as a player not to ask me to not play my hardest or to do things that would be contrary to winning, which I'm totally against, right? That's why it's always been #SS, never #tank. Like, always #SS. You put in the young guys and let them get so you don't ask a player to give less effort than maximum, because first of all, you don't want to set a bad precedent or create bad habits, and you also don't want to get a guy hurt doing that. So for the Raiders to not ask Maxx to do that and rather, hey, you know what? gonna kill two birds with one stone, where we're gonna allow you to recover from an injury you've been playing on, and also put us in the best possible position to secure the number one overall pick. Like, as a guy that's the franchise guy, you should understand that. And you can be unhappy about it, but like throwing a bitch fit about it and taking your ball and going home, essentially, like come the fuck on. Like it's like that looks what it looks weak to me. It looks weak to me. And like you go, oh, he's a just ultimate competitor. Like, nah, bro. If anybody else does that, you gonna call him immature. Max does it, oh, he's just an ultimate competitor, and knock that nonsense off, bro. We got to keep that same standard for everybody, and people like to create different standards for different people. I'm not with that.
I get you, but it's just the Raiders. This is what happens when teams are losing year after year. It's constant dysfunction. It's different coaches. Like, I don't want to make excuses, but it's just a reality, bro. Like, you can't expect great players to stay long in situations like this. We've seen it time and time again in any sport. You know what I mean? And a lot of different sports. You know what I mean? Basketball, football, baseball. Eventually, players are going to have to make a decision and be like, you know what? It's just not working out here. You know what I mean? For a lot of different reasons. And they go somewhere else, and then they continue on their career, and then they try to have success. Look, who one of the most loved players in recent memory in Raiders history is Charles Woodson. He didn't get traded or anything like that. He left in free agency, but he left. He left. The Raiders didn't make an attempt to sign him. I mean, maybe they did, but it wasn't, as much as the Packers were offering, and the Packers offered him a contract. The rest is history. He went on to win Offensive Player of the Year award, went on to win a Super Bowl, but then he ended up coming back to the Raiders. But, it's just a reality, man. The Raiders, this is what happens when you play bad like this for a long period of time. Eventually players are going to move on. But it is what it is, man. I'm not mad at Max. It's just the reality of the situation.
You can't say like fans, and this is part of being fans. So like, it's not, we don't necessarily want to criticize fans for it, because part of being fan is getting those attachments and having those pet players and having your favorite player. You got his jersey, and so you root for. So that's who fans attach themselves to certain players. But that being said, like, we can't say we need to hit the reset button, but we don't want to trade him. Like, nah, bro. Part of hitting the reset button is, we got to hit the reset button, and that anybody that's an older player that's most likely not going to be on the same timeline of winning that we're currently on right now, which it looks like it's going to take a little bit of time. Like, you got to see what you got to get what you can for him, and you got to get what you can while you can, because there's going to come a point in time. This is Max. Like, how many surgeries has he had? 5 or 6, since he's been in the league. This is his third time ending the season unhealthy, 2 years in a row, 2 consecutive years. So but the level of play that he plays at, combined with his contract, this is the time where you can get maximum value for him. And so, and with several teams having multiple first round picks, now that creates another scenario where now it's more of a target rich environment, where there's potentially more suitors out there that may be willing to give up multiple first round picks to acquire a guy of Max's talent on the team friendly deal, where they got control over him for the next few years, and you can get the most out of him during his prime in your window to win. Like, our window to win is 3-4 years down the line. It's not right now. But a team like the Cowboys, okay, you get Kenny Clark, and you got Quentin Williams, and you got Dak, and if they bring back George Pickens and CD, and you add a pass rusher of Max's caliber, who's and probably in a tier slightly below Micah Parsons, but on a much cheaper deal. Okay, now you're talking. Now maybe we can compete. So you got to look at all of those things, and they got multiple first round picks still, I believe.
Yeah. But so Raider fans, they're like, so. No, this is not all fans. You know what I mean? Like, this is just a certain few, or majority, however you want to look at it. But they look at it from this perspective, like, man, like, why trade a great player like that for draft picks? And those draft picks are, we've done that in the past, and we didn't do anything with them. So that's their perspective. It's like, oh, we're not gonna do anything with them. But just because it didn't work out doesn't mean that it was a bad move, or they couldn't. Because look at a team like, you've talked about this before. We talked about like teams that made trades and were able to capitalize on them, and then one of those teams are like Detroit Lions. A lot of they went ahead and they traded away Stafford, who's a arguably top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now. He most likely has a good chance of winning the MVP award this year.
Drake May.
Yeah, and then or Drake May, but but it's going to come down to them. But either way, Stafford's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. They went ahead and traded him, got some draft picks, but they use those draft picks to build their current like nucleus of players on that team. You know what I mean? From the guys like Gibbs, Amon St. Brown. You know what I mean? Like a few players on that team that are like pretty good, or at least like good players in the NFL. So look, I don't know, man. It just makes a lot of sense, bro. I think it makes sense to make the move before you have to make the move. Because if you wait, then the value is going to go down, and then you're not going to get the same amount back for a player that we know is a really good player, a great player in Maxx Crosby. Look, perfect example of a situation where the Raiders waited too long to address an issue, address a change, which was Derek Carr, and they didn't get nothing. They didn't get anything for Derek Carr when they could have, at its highest value.
2.
They could have got. Was it 2 first-round picks that was rumored by the Colts?
From the Colts. Yep. And we said no.
Man, that's tough, man.
I think Gruden. I think it was Gruden said. Gruden said no. I'm glad he didn't take the first-round picks though. He probably would have messed it up. Like, be real with you. He probably would have messed it up. But look, see, the thing is like, look, and it's funny that you bring up, Matthew Stafford being one of the best quarterbacks in the league and him having an MVP season and all that stuff, because the Rams were just willing to trade him. Mm-hmm. If a team would have given them what they wanted, which is I think was a second round pick, I think was where it was starting at, like a second round pick, and like some other stuff. But like the highest pick was like a second round pick. If you would have did that, your team could have had Matthew Stafford, potentially, either the first place or the runner up to the MVP in this NFL season. So like that lets you know, like, teams have to. It's better to get rid of a guy a year too early than a year too late. Like it's always been the case. Right. So people, people they have this sentiment for players, and like, oh my God, like we can't get rid of him because he's our only good player. Okay, he's our best player, and we're still about to win 2 games. Yeah. He was our best player last year, and we still won 4 games. So like, what is he doing here? like the definition of insanity. Say it again. Like it's doing the same thing over again and expecting a different result. Like Maxx Crosby is fantastic player. Like love him, love what he has brought to this team. Like the president he sets, just the pace, how hard he works. Love all of that stuff. But he ain't helping us win currently. So like what are we really doing here? We have to make some kind of change. And whenever you're a business that's in need of capital, to reinvest into your business, sometimes you have to sell off assets, right? You have to consolidate. And our only real valuable asset that's not a first round pick that we had in the last 3 years is Maxx Crosby. So he has to be the guy that gets moved if we're really serious about hitting the reset button and starting fresh.
Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting, man. The reason why I'm bringing this conversation up, because we got to talk about it, is because we're kind of seeing a little bit of Max kind of being frustrated with the team. And like I said earlier, I think the only way it's going to happen is if he wants to leave. I'm telling you, Mark is not gonna. He's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna greenlight it.
But with Brady, though,
maybe if Tom Brady is like, I think this is the great, because Tom Brady is like, oh, like he looks up to Tom Brady.
Jim Gray,
like,
Tom Brady and Jim Gray got to jump him. That's what they just got to jump him.
They got to beat his ass, hang him by his ankles. You better make this move.
Yeah, man.
But man, Crosby's only 28. We still can keep him. Okay, look. Champions, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate the comment. All right. Do you think that the Raiders will, by the time they're finished with this rebuild, do you think Maxx will still be in his prime? That's a question that you got to answer before deciding on trading Maxx Crosby. Like, do you think that Maxx will still be in his prime by the time the Raiders, are competing for a playoff, going to the playoffs, like are a good team? Because the way it's looking, as far as from a talent perspective, this looks like it might be a 2 to 3 year rebuild. So
at least,
and the way Maxx likes to play every snap, I think that's going to take a toll, especially as he gets older.
Yep. 2 season-ending surgeries already, back-to-back years, right?
Yep.
He said he almost died the other surgery. He had a staph infection. So it's like, come on, bro. This man crazy. is knocking on death's. Nah, but I'll say it. But like, what point do you be like, it's time for us to cut our losses? Like, it's not that like Maxx is some bum or some broken down car or anything like that. But you got to get what you can for him while you can. Because once that ship sails, you're gonna be wishing like, dang, like if only we had made that move. Like we felt about Carr. Like it was like, damn, man, we could have had 2 firsts for Carr. Now we lost them for nothing, and we're gonna be looking the same way at Maxx. It's like, dang, or like perfect. Or for example, Devontae. If we traded Devontae in the offseason when there was first any inclinations that he might want to leave, when he was like, oh, you know what, hey, I wouldn't necessarily hate it if I got traded. Oh, okay, bam, I'll get you up out of here. Let's get him out of here. Let's get him gone. Like, hey, get what we can for him, because at that point we probably get more than a third. Much more, probably not, but it will be more than a third. Like after, we got a third for him when everybody knew he was disgruntled. So, like we gotta do what we gotta be intelligent as a front office. And one thing you always say is that Al could be cutthroat. Well, hey, it's time to cut some throats.
Yeah, man, that's crazy too. Like after that first year in Vegas, once they got rid of Carr, they could have got rid of Devontae and like really, they could have recruited like at least 1 first round pick. I think they traded 2. At least they could have at least got 1 first round pick and some change.
Especially after that season. Oh man, after that first season,
crazy season.
Whew.
But you gotta, like I said, man, it's a lot of politics too, man. It's not as simple as like, oh, trade this player and it's gonna, like, one guy calling the shots. Sometimes it's like we mentioned ownership, and the coaching staff, and there's so much things that go into it too. So someone in the chat, man, shout out to my guy Fins, man. He says, what's Maxx's current contract? Let's look at his current contract. Let's see, Maxx Crosby. So I know he signed. They added more guaranteed money to his contract, I believe, last offseason, right?
Yeah. I think last offseason. Yeah.
So he has a 3-year, $100 million contract, $35 million, $35.5 million on average. So we're gonna look at. Let's see here. So there's a dead cap hit. Let's see if he's traded. Want to make sure I give y'all, because I know I've seen this where it tells you like
breaks down the dead cap hit and all that stuff,
traded and what the cap hit would be.
Yeah. But the thing that's so smooth about his deal is like it's 3-year deal, right? So that's including this year, he will have 2 more years. That's his age 29 to age 30 years. So you can, at that point, you can really say, okay, what is his production looking like? Is he trending down? How's his health been? Like that ends at the perfect time for a team where you get 2 prime years of him, plus the option to make a decision about, do we want to bring him back after this 30-year-old season? Like that's a prime opportunity with a very good contract. That's the value is going to look even better because we saw what Micah just signed for. So, as these other guys start to get paid, the value of that contract is going to look extravagant. So, like, if they get him now, like, right, that's that second year in that contract he's with this new team, that's going to be a bargain deal.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to clack in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Maxx Crosby. Maxx Crosby.
Hit up the chat. Hit the chat. Said we lost Carr for nothing. Yeah, man. Hank Trade, and we lost Jacobs for nothing too. Like that's another guy we lost for absolutely zero. So, like, at some point, we got to get some return on investment on some of these guys. Obviously, a lot of our first-round picks have been bust, and we haven't had a lot of high-level impact players, come through and play for this team. But, it got to make sense. It got to make sense for everybody involved. And right now, just hanging on to them for the sake of hanging on to them, I don't think it makes sense for the Raiders.
All right, so what it says here is, so we're not gonna look at 2025. Obviously, tomorrow's the last day of 2025, but so pre-June 1st. So basically, after the season, if the Raiders decide to trade him, there's a $5 million dead cap hit.
Nothing.
And he's making, like, to be honest with you, the type of player he is, he's actually on a pretty modest deal compared to other players of his caliber at his position. The Myles Garrett's, the Micah Parsons, and all the top guys that are at his position, they're getting paid more than him. And if the Raiders trade him, there's going to be a $5 million cap hit. The Raiders have $106 million in cap space.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the number one cap space in the NFL going into the offseason, that's nothing. That's chump change.
Yep. And if they trade him, that cap space jumps up too.
Yeah. Facts.
So, minus whatever that, minus that $5 million. But hey. So that's even more flexibility.
Someone's asking, do they keep Pete? The way it's looking, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's trending toward no. It's trending toward no. I've seen one report that said that they plan to fire him after the Chiefs game, but I don't know.
Ian Rappaport's reporting saying that he's not coming back. Adam Schefter is also kind of alluding to that as well. So these are guys that insiders that a lot of people kind of.
Yeah. Ain't Ian Rappaport? Ain't that Brady's boy? Didn't we say that's Brady's guy?
Albert Breer.
Albert Breer is okay.
Well, I don't know if he's his boy, but I know Albert Breer. Like when it comes to Patriots and I feel like he knows a lot of guys in that building. It feels like so close to that building. I mean, I think he comes from that. That might be the media market that he came from, probably.
Yeah, possibly.
Yep. Just another GJ says, I'm over this trade or no trade talk. He's either in or is he not?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let's see, man.
I don't necessarily. Look, I don't know for sure. Some people have been saying, like Mike Florio, who Raider fans hate, but Mike Florio keeps it real. Like, say what you want about it. Mike Florio keeps it real. Mike Florio, he's been on our side regarding this Gruden stuff. He kept it a buck about the Ben Johnson stuff. He's been keeping it real for the most part. He kept it a buck about the Christian Wilkins stuff as well. He was saying that, look, he knows Jay Glazer. Jay Glazer's been around for a while. I know the kind of report about what Jay Glazer was saying basically about Maxx. is he feels that, Maxx is low key hinting that he wants to get up out of here. How true that is, I don't know, but players, they will do that for like their public image. They won't say what they truly feel, but they'll say it to a reporter and be like, hey, but this is on background. You can't say it's from me, or you got to craft the narrative in this way. So hey, you kind of put it out there. It's kind of vague. It's open ended, but some people can read into it. Like they'll do that stuff. And Jay Glazer is a guy that's well known in the business. So it would not surprise me at all if Maxx leveraged a guy like that, kind of put that kind of story out there. So, like you never know. But like whether he's demanding a trade or not, whether he wants a trade or not, like that's neither here nor there to me. Like if we can get a good deal for you, brother, you up out of here.
Yeah, man, it is what it is. But let's see, man. What did I want to get into? I want to get into. Obviously, we talked about the Maxx, and we didn't even talk about like how did you feel about him, like showing the clips of him hooping after reports of him needing surgery?
Yeah. I don't want to relitigate this thing. I don't want to relitigate this again. But remember, a certain person got criticized for miming. Yeah.
Bro, that was. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I thought that was weird that he was hooping, and as soon as like we hear reports that he needs surgery, you just see him like do like fadeaways and doing all types of moves on a basketball court. I'm like, I mean,
people were ready to run Christian Wilkins out of the United States for dancing at the team facility, like while doing arm work. Like he was doing like rolls, like doing like single arm rolls, and people were like, "Oh my God, what is this guy doing?" And Maxx is like, "Man, look at this guy. Look, he's really expressing his frustration with the Raiders. Look at him. He's really mad. Like, man, get out of here with that, bro.
Yeah,
get out of here."
So what is this about coaches already leaving the staff?
So there's one coach that took a job. I think one of our assistant tight ends coaches, I think he took a job. He took a college job. And usually when you get the feeling, and I think the writing's on the wall. But usually once you kind of get the feeling that, hey, the jig is up here, it's like, well, you know what, guys, you're like, you get when you feel like leaving somewhere, you're like, man, you know what, hey, it's been real, man. You start sliding out that door.
Yeah.
That was the first coach to go, and I think that's kind of a sign that they think that the staff ain't gonna be back, so. Like, I think that's just a precursor of things to come. He was able to secure a job early on enough in the process where he dipped up out of here. So, I think there's going to be much more to come.
Yeah, man. Appreciate the super chat from Supreme. Man, appreciate the super chat. Appreciate you supporting the show. Yeah, man. I don't know if it determines if like a coach is coming back because coaches are getting offered. I mean, that speaks to that's just them as a coach. Like they're good at what they're doing, but
it's for a college job though.
I mean, is it the same like he's gonna be tight end coach in college? If it's tight end coach in college, that says a lot. I forget what it is. But even then, you would usually wait till after the season. Like you gonna do it like you gonna wait till after the season at the very least. Like, like you want to burn that bridge. Man, I wish my audio stuff was working, man. Cool, Kev. I'm gonna have to give you first of all, pause.
Man. Yeah. Man.
But yeah, man, it's that time, man. I already know what time it is, man.
Yes, sir.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the...
Hey, man, it's flag on the play. And what we got this week, man, for flag on the play, man?
So this week, you know, actually, this was sent to me by Pharaoh. There's another one I was trying to find. Reese Rocket has sent me a smooth one too.
All right, shout out to Reese Rock, man.
Shout out to Reese Rock. I was trying to find that angle because you know how we know how our cornerback got pushed. First of all, he got punked on that play. We got pushed way out of bounds, and then like, you know, you see like it's just not a good look because it's like him by himself. It's like the entire Dolphin or the entire Giant sideline, basically about to jump him, and a single Raider over there trying to help. So that was a bad look. But you know, instead of going with that one because NFL be copyrighting, we went with, you know, we talked about the John Madden movie, and they just dropped their trailer. And look, man. Y'all got me on Brock Bowers, okay? I was wrong about Brock Bowers already, but other than Brock Bowers, yo, bro, my prediction game been on point, bro. My prediction game been on point. Everybody's like, I was talking about how bad the movie gonna be, and I wasn't feeling it. And I was like, come on, Severe over. Y'all seen this trailer? Y'all seen this Hallmark movie looking ass trailer? This shit is, you know, like now y'all done seen. It's Nicolas Cage got a damn rug on his head, bro. It looks terrible. It looks terrible. So, you know, that was flag on the... I saw the trailer. I was like, bro, it's flags, bro. Flags. Like, I sent you a picture. If you want to put the picture up there, brother, you can show the people the picture of what this man Nicolas... I sent it to X.
All right, man.
I believe I sent it to X.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have seen the trailer, but we gonna... just for laughs, man.
They need that single shot. Come on, bro.
He's hey, man, that's pretty good though. I ain't gonna lie.
Come on, bro.
Pretty good.
Come on, bro.
Pretty good.
This man looked like he out telling kids to help him find his lost puppy. Like, bro, he's telling kids he got candy in the back of his van, bro. That's what it looks like, bro. Come on, man. He has to register. He can't be within 1,000 feet of elementary school. That's what it looks like.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Let me pull this up. That's hella strange. X got that passcode thing. Did you set that up?
Nah, that little pen thing, whatever. Nah, bro. I messed around. I paid Elon $3.99 a month. Man, I turned that right off, bro. You ain't get my money, bro. It's a waste of my damn time. I turned it off for a hot second. I'm like, bro, just to send longer tweets, it ain't worth it. I'll say what I need to say in short. And what is 150 characters? I get what I need to get out.
Right. But yeah, man, when I seen the trailer, man, it looked terrible. It looked like a TV movie.
Yeah,
like a TV movie. Like,
I mean, technically it is. It's Amazon, right?
For TV, you'd be like, oh,
Come on, Bezos, you got more money than that.
Let's take a look at this thing, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Facts. Moon over Miami. He does not sound like them either. Like it's like that's the whole experience. Like the whole John Madden experience is the sound, the voice. You gotta have that. He don't got it. He does not have the voice.
It just seems too. Yeah, I hear you, and it just seems too forced. But I haven't seen the movie. Like I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna give it a chance. But when the trailer just, it did not look like it was gonna be good. But a lot of people were. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people were kind of co-signing it like it was gonna be the best thing since sliced bread. Oh man, this is.
Bro, come on, dog. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, dog. We gotta hit him with the boost. Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
We gotta get that. I gotta get that soundbite for sure.
Oh my God, bro! Look at this dude, bro. Look at this dude. This dude looks like he
He kind of got the you know, he in John Madden shape. You know what I mean? He whatever he had to do to get in John Madden shape. You know.
This dude looks like he'd be the villain on Three's Company. Like this.
You know what? It doesn't look too bad. I don't think it looks too bad for Nicolas Cage. Like if you told me this Nicolas Cage, I'm like, oh, it's not bad.
Bro, it looks like Nicolas Cage with a toupee on, bro. It looks like
it's just I don't know. Did you hear the voice? The voice is the most important part, bro.
Bro, the dude when they did the thing for what I think CBS had did it with Al Davis and John Madden. Whoever did that was clean.
Tony, I'm with you. That would have been a perfect.
Yeah, man. RIP to him though. Yeah, that would have been perfect.
John
but now whoever did the CBS thing, that was smooth. The Al Davis and the John Madden was smooth, bro. Yeah. That was clean.
You know why? Like sometimes, like, you know, Hollywood does this. They go after big names instead of going after like, guys that actually, you know what I mean, would be a perfect, you know, casting. But they're not as big or famous or whatever. So
exactly.
It is.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes like when I knew Colin Farrell was playing the Penguin, I was like, oh hell no. But he knocked that out of the park.
My guy TK say Nicolas Cage has been doing Tubi movies before there was even a Tubi.
Nah, facts, bro. He got some crazy movies out there, bro. He got a movie where he don't like. It's like a fake Five Nights at Freddy's. We don't say anything in the whole movie. Like he says nothing in the entire movie.
Didn't he sign like some type of contract with Netflix? He was coming out with hella Netflix. Or is that Adam Sandler? Weird. Are they both?
Might have been Adam Sandler. But he's got weird movies coming out, like super bootleg movies, like movies where he's like an assassin. There's a movie like he's like a ninja. Like, what is Nicolas Cage? You ain't no damn ninja, bro. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah. Sometimes just say no. He getting the money though. He just like, oh, you gonna pay me what? How much you gonna pay me? Okay.
Yeah. Because them shoots be quick. So, bro, you could probably rack up like 4 or 5 of the movies in 1 year. And just rack up. That's who was talking about that. Oh, Michael Jai White was talking about that. How he just like racked up doing small movies like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michael Jai White, man, his interviews be dope.
Yeah, he's smooth.
The guy that played Madden in ESPN special was better.
Yeah, I think it was. We're talking about the same dude. Like, I think it was CBS, but yeah, it might have been. I thought it was CBS, but
yeah, the CBS that was cool. That was a nice little. It was like a short, whatever bio. I don't know. It was cool. It was kind of random. I didn't even expect it. They dropped it out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, but it was good. John was large human with a commanding voice. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's right.
The voice to me, like the presence and stuff like that. That's what matters. You don't really have to. I don't care. Like, you don't really have to look like John. It's just, how can you sell it like you're, you know what I mean? Like, but you know what? It's, man, Jamie Foxx, when he did Ray, that was crazy.
Yeah. But a lot of that is the voice though. Like you said, the voice and the mannerisms. Like, you don't have to look exactly like them. But you got the voice and the mannerisms.
He got the look too.
Yeah.
Friend, that was one of the best. Well, hold on. Okay, how would you rate Ali? Ali by Will Smith.
By Will Smith, I loved it. I mean, I know there's a lot of people have mixed reviews on it. I loved Ali. But I loved Muhammad Ali. Period. So I guess getting to see a movie about him, you know.
Yeah.
But obviously he got in shape. I mean, he got in shape too. Like, the voice wasn't all the way there. But it was a good movie, though. It was a good movie.
My guy, man, says, bro, look like a Scooby-Doo villain.
Bro, facts. Facts, bro. Nah, that is exactly what it looks like, bro.
Yeah. I personally don't think it looks like it's going to be good. But like I said, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to give it a chance. But the trailer, when I seen the trailer, I was like, damn, this looks like it's going to be trash. That was my first impression. Hopefully I'm wrong.
And like, I wasn't even feeling Christian Bale in the trailer either, man. And I actually had like better hopes for him. I was
Yeah,
like, all right, I
as
give
Al,
him a better chance.
as Al.
Yeah, I give him a chance because like he's a good actor. But yeah, bro.
Well, I can't forgive him for doing the Batman voice though. I ain't gonna front the Batman voice. That was uncalled for, man. Why did you? That was a great movie, bro. You just out of nowhere just. What are you doing? I've never heard Batman talk like that.
Batman need a halls? And what's going on?
That was crazy. That was crazy. But really, bro, I'm saying Al needs a movie. Al does need a movie, like his own. That would be actually clean. That'd be interesting. That would be clean. Like how he got how he kind of where he got his start, like just his whole. Like that would be a crazy movie.
But you can't trust these. You can't trust Hollywood, bro. They'll cast like Timothée Chalamet as Al Davis or something like that, like something crazy, something crazy like that.
Yeah. You know what helps too? You think what helps too is the director that signs on?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe certain. I don't know. Like when I say director, I mean like. They would be good at like making a bio, like Christopher Nolan. I don't know he
can't do it. Well, he did what you call it?
He did the
Adam Bond Manhattan Project. I forget the name of it.
Yeah, I forgot.
That was called. It's not called that. I don't think.
What about the atomic bomb too?
Yeah, Oppenheimer.
Yeah. I haven't seen it though.
Yeah, and he did like didn't he do Dunkirk or something like that too? I think he did Dunkirk, so it's another like kind of historical piece. Yeah. So he has that versatility to him, but the director does matter. Like I mean, that's why because they have to understand the source material. That's why you look at like that Denzel as Malcolm X, like Spike Lee. Hey, he understood the source material. You can tell it meant something to him. And it's a fantastic movie.
Yep.
So you could tell it was important to him for him to do a good job on it. Like that's.
See, look. All right, perfect example. Denzel don't look like Malcolm X.
Nah, he doesn't. But like he had the voice down, he had the mannerisms down. Like you can listen to his speeches. He's like, man, he had that. Yeah. And Denzel, he still had his Denzelisms in there. Yeah. But you still was able to get lost in the character and right. Look like, man, he's really watching Malcolm X.
Right. I seen someone with the Denzel or no Malcolm X Denzel Malcolm X's Denzel tattoo.
That was crazy. That's wild. That is wild. Oh my God. That is wild.
Flag on the play, man. Flag on the play.
Flag on the play for sure. That's wild right there, bro. That's wild.
Jim Carrey though, that's kind of disgusting. I ain't gonna.
That's Al Day. I mean, he did Eternals, and he had some good movies. He had
movie. Jim Carrey not a bad actor, but it's just he's just too goofy. I just can't get over the goofiness of I don't know.
But Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, I think it was a good movie. I mean, he has some stuff where he's played some serious roles. And like one thing for sure, he'll have that voice down. He'll have the voice down and the mannerisms down for sure.
I don't know, man.
Locked in.
I don't know. Jim Carrey as Al, that would be like I'd be a stretch.
Sure. I think he can pull it off. I think Jim Carrey can pull it off.
Hey, Jim.
I think he can pull it off. Because I think he'll have the voice down. He'll have the manner. He'll have all that stuff down for sure. Like the voice and the mannerisms. Would the acting be top notch? Probably not. He's not a fantastic actor, but he's good enough, I think, for that kind of movie to pull it off. So, but then we still got to find John Madden though. Who's gonna play John Madden?
No, who would play a good Al Davis? Like I see him try to make a commissioner from the Batman.
Talking about the English dude. What's my guy's name?
I think he could pull it off, bro.
What's my guy's name? What are you talking about?
He's a good actor.
Commissioner Gordon. Yeah, but see, he's British too, though. So I mean, you're gonna run into the same issues you run into with Christian Bale. Like
No, but I think he could pull it off. Though.
Is it Gary Oldman? Is it Gary Oldman?
Gary Oldman. Yep. I think he could pull off Al. Young and old. he could. Because Al he looked old. He was young.
Oh man, Gary Oldman gonna be. I don't know, man. I don't know if he got the swag for Al, man.
Oh, Ed Harris. Okay. You know what?
Ed Harris.
I don't know. Does he have that range though? Does Ed Harris have that range?
Ed Harris will make Al Davis look like an assassin. Like every time I see Ed Harris, I think he about to kill somebody.
Oh man.
He always play something like
Denzel look like Frank Lucas? No, he doesn't. He looks like Frank Lucas. Man. He got range. Talking
about Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey. He's a good actor. Like he's not a bad actor. I don't want to say that he can't, but I don't know. Al Davis, that one. That I would have to see it. Man.
Oh, Jim Carrey. I think he could do it, but Ed Harris. I like Ed Harris. I like Ed Harris as an actor, but playing Al Davis, I'd have to see that. We said like Keanu Reeves.
Gary Oldman would have been Ron Perlman as John Madden.
Ron Perlman. That's oh boy. That's it's Hellboy.
Oh, I don't know, Ken. That one's tough.
Jack Nicholson.
He's not a bad actor though. He's not a bad actor. John Goodman as Madden.
John Goodman.
I think. See the look.
Yeah.
The look, but I don't know. I don't know if he would get the personality. Well.
Yeah. And John Goodman kind of old too, man.
Yeah.
Roseanne was a long ass time ago.
Gary Oldman as Al Davis would be perfect, bro. I'm telling you.
I don't know.
I think he could pull it off. He's a good actor.
But
because I know you knocking, like you say he's a British actor, but like these British actors
these British actors, a lot of them, yeah. All these dudes
don't make you forget
British.
that they're British when you watch some of these.
All
movies.
these dudes, all these dudes is British, bro. Like half the damn film industry is British.
Oh, the guy that played Magneto, he's a good actor. I like him too.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender is dope.
Yeah.
That would be like a depressing ass Al Davis. Michael Fassbender always plays some conflicted ass character every time. He's like, bro, what is wrong? But now Michael Fassbender is a hell of an actor though. He's a hell of an actor. Or oh boy, what you call it? What's his name? What's my guy's? Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch, that's another British guy.
Maybe like a younger Pacino.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood is 132 years old, bro.
He could play him. He could play Al when he was doing the projector thing.
Man, Clint Eastwood
he was old back then.
Clint Eastwood is old as hell, bro. Clint Eastwood he got to be in his 90s for sure.
Raider, shout out to my guy Raider Smoke. Shout out for the super chat. He says Christopher Walken is a good actor, but damn, he old too though.
He old too. All these dudes
is he even doing movies? Is Christopher Walken doing movies? I don't think he doing movies.
Oh man, know who would be a good one? Man, what's my guy's name?
Damn, Jack Nicholson. I could see him doing Al, but he's old.
Oh yeah, Jack Nicholson would have been great, or Al Pacino would have been perfect.
Al Pacino would have been perfect, and Jack Nicholson.
Oh no, would have been perfect. Damn, what's my dude's name? Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas would have been perfect. He's basically Gordon Gekko. Just playing that with a accent, with a Bronx accent.
You said Ellis says Goodman has a deep voice to be able to match Madden, but Madden's voice it's not even about being deep. It's just goofy. It's kind of a goofy. I don't know how to.
It's like it's real gravelly.
It's just.
Man, who was I thinking about? Man, what's my guy? See, he kind of old too, man. What's the guy? Damn, I forget his name. Damn, he was the first guy casted in Apocalypse Now. And then I think they end up booting him off for Emilio Estevez's dad, Martin Sheen. They booted him for Martin Sheen. He played the wolf in Pulp Fiction. Marky Mark playing dude. Yeah, man. Clint, hey, Clint Eastwood looking at Pete like a young whippersnapper. And what's the dude that played the wolf though? He was originally cast in the starring role in Apocalypse Now, and then they get him off of there. And then but then he's the dude that played the wolf in Pulp Fiction. Damn.
Ken says I was looking at the pics of young Al. Honestly, Nicolas Cage would have been a better young Al.
Sean Penn. Oh, that's a good one. Sean Penn. Sean Penn is smooth.
Sean Penn would be a good Al.
Sean Penn is smooth. Yeah, he got the look. He got the look too.
Yep, and he a great actor. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at all the people that we naming. Like, why can't Hollywood just, man, bro? Chris Farley as John Madden. Oh, nah, they too goofy.
It's goofy. Always been.
But maybe like, hey, maybe we you know, cause you know, R.I.P. man, we weren't able to see like the serious side of his acting.
Harvey Keitel, there you go. LS Harvey Keitel. He kind of old though. Harvey Keitel is a hell of an actor though.
Okay.
Harvey Keitel, yeah, he's a hell of an actor. I think he would have played the hell out of Al Davis too.
Yeah. But flag on the play, man, on that trailer, man. It was pretty bad. Hopefully the movie's not that bad, but I don't know. I just felt like people were kind of hyping it up. Even when they watched the trailer, they were like, "Oh man, this is gonna be amazing," and that's just, you know, golly, man. Like
Clint Eastwood is 95.
I just looked up Clint Eastwood's 95. Yeah, he's up there, man. He's up there. We got another flag?
Nah, that's only flag. Only flag I
had.
All right,
man. Let's get to it, man. If you haven't already, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Also, for flags on the play, if you guys find anything like that's flag on the play worthy, hit us up on social media. Hit up the Severe Raider on IG or X, or at myself, PharoahNFL on IG or X, or Around the Shield. Around the Shield on IG or X. Just hit us up and let us know, like, if there's a clip or story worthy enough to talk about on Flag on the Play. That being said, we're not done yet, man. We got notable quotables. This is where we play quotes. Oh, man. Damn, I just realized how the quote thing would work.
Oh, damn. You can't, yeah.
Well, I can easily adjust it.
You do it?
Yeah.
Or do you need me to play them? You need me to play on my end, or?
No, I got it.
You got it.
Do it like this for right now.
So, hold up, because I know we have the notable quotables here. Hold on 1 second. So, this is actually a clip that you found by D'Amico Ryans. I thought that was pretty good clip, and it kind of makes a case for a defensive head coach, somewhat. You know, somewhat. Like we still need to make sure that offensive coordinator, QB coach, offensive line coach is on point. But let me go ahead and play this clip of D'Amico Ryans talking about criticisms of defensive head coaches.
some of the criticisms that have come your way in light of some of those things?
Yeah, it's always funny. I always get that. Even reporters, they were like, "You being a defensive head coach," or you. I'm like, I mean, what do I study? I'm always studying offense. So I'm looking at more offense than I'm looking at defense, trying to see how I need to deploy guys and how do I attack the offense. So, for me watching it so much, I can help our offensive coaches and let them know, okay, what affects defenses the most.
Yeah.
And kind of give them the insights that I have and things I've seen and things that I would try that would put the defense in by. So it's like I see it all. I see all 22 on the field, and I hear that all the time. But I let people know I don't want to box myself into just being a defensive head coach. And I may not call the offensive plays, but I know what's going on.
Okay. No, that's good.
Oh man, I thought that was an interesting answer to criticism for head coaches. But we always heard that, like, Tom Brady, he even actually came out and said it in the interview that year they lost like the QB coach, and then like instead of replacing the QB coach, Bill Belichick kind of like took the extra responsibility. He kind of taught him how to read the defense. So it's a lot of these coaches, they're not like, it's not like they don't know anything about offense, but at the end of the day, they're not going to be calling the plays either. So
Exactly.
so they still have to hit on an OC. They still have to hit on, obviously the entire offensive coaching staff. And we kind of seen the impact of kind of the offensive coaching staff this year, for a lot of different reasons. We don't have to get into all of them, but Pete Carroll's son was the offensive line coach. Obviously, there's been a lot of criticism there with the offensive line playing the way it has, and then obviously him being his son and not having like any experience. And then Chip Kelly got fired. Chip Kelly got fired. Did you hear about Chip Kelly got hired as a Northwestern?
For Northwestern. Yeah.
He just want to call plays, bro.
That's what I keep telling people. That's all he wants to do. That's all. Literally, I thought it was perfect because he don't want to do nothing else but do that. He stepped down from a head coaching job just to call plays. So it's like that's all he wants to do, bro. And he got to the NFL, and and there's one opportunity where he thought he was gonna be able to install his offense and call plays, and then it was taken from him, rather quickly. So, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, with the D'Amico thing, bro, I think that was some good insight, and that kind of, obviously the OC in that situation is still extremely important, because just having expertise in how to attack an offense doesn't mean you have the same expertise in how to design one or implement one. So, that's still a very specialized skill set. So if we go with a defensive coach, a lot of us have been thinking about Flores or Shula or Salah, they still have to hire a very good offensive coordinator. But just being able to have an understanding of the offensive side of the ball, being able to act as a sounding board for OC, especially if one of those guys elect to hire a young OC, I think that's very important. And so just having that insight from a guy like D'Amico Ryans, who's been the coach that, he took over a team that was picking number 2 overall. And essentially he's won 10 plus games 3 straight years. So, that's a good guy to have some information from.
So I'm thinking about like the defensive head coach candidates. There's the Green Bay Packers coordinator that a lot of people are talking about. There's Jesse Minter from the Chargers. There's Brian Flores from the Vikings. There's Chris Shula from the Rams. And then, the defensive coordinator for the 49ers, Robert Saleh. So out of all those names, what are like the 2 that stand out from the rest, in your opinion, as far as like head coach candidate, if you had to like narrow it down, like for the Raiders?
Just from those guys?
Yeah, from those guys. I don't know if I'm probably leaving out, and I'm just mentioning the defensive.
Yeah, exactly. Just the defensive guys.
Yeah, defensive guys.
To me, top of the list, Brian Flores.
Brian Flores.
top of the list, Brian Flores. And followed by that is Shula. I like Shula. I like Shula as a young guy, energetic. I think he'll have a fresh approach to things. Obviously, he's been battling one of the best offensive minds in the league, every day in practice for quite some time now. So he'll have some understanding how to attack some of these other offenses in the league. So I think that'll kind of help with his learning curve. But just Flores, I think he's ready. He's had enough time separation from being a head guy. I'm sure he's able to reflect on his time as the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, some of the mistakes and missteps he's made. Then he went to work for, two well-run organizations. He went to work for the Steelers. He's working under Tomlin as a linebackers coach there. And then he got the DC job with Kevin O'Connell, regarded by many as the best defensive coordinator in the league right now. And he's another guy that's battling every day in practice, one of the better offensive minds in the league. So I just think everything he brings, plus that little extra added level of experience, I think that'll manifest itself extremely well here with this team, especially since we need a guy that's going to come in here, no nonsense, ready to work. And I think we was talking offline, like he ain't gonna take no BS from Tom Brady, from Mark Davis, from Jim Gray, like he ain't gonna take no BS from nobody. So I think that's kind of what's needed is the coach that's saying, hey, you know what, this is my team. Y'all can wait your asses outside. Me and Spytek are talking right now. Like that's kind of what you need.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind Brian Flores, but then I also think about like, man, like I want a head coach, whoever that is, to work well with John Spytek.
Yeah.
I don't want to see another head coach and GM combination where they're just, constantly bumping heads, going over each other's head. Like, what I mean? There's just, I don't want that type of dysfunction. And Brian Flores, he's a strong personality. He doesn't know Spytek. I don't think there's a connection there. Doesn't mean that it's not going to work, but I just feel like if Spytek and Flores like have mutual respect for each other and they feel like, hey, look, like they're like on the same page as far as how they want to build a football team, how they want to go about things, then maybe it can work. That's the only thing that I would probably think of that would probably might be an issue if they went with a Flores. You mentioned Chris Shula. That's a guy that I've talked about before as a candidate. The way I look at it is like I want to connect the dots with who they're gonna go with at offensive coordinator. So with Chris Shula, like you mentioned, he got connections to the McVay coaching staff, so he's gonna probably grab the next big, whoever OC from that coaching staff, or maybe grab your guy LaFleur as OC and have him call plays because right now he's not calling plays. If it's possible for him to bring him.
I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's
it's
happening.
Gonna be like it's a lateral move.
Yeah, it's a lateral move. Yeah, I think McVay will block it.
I don't see McVay. It wouldn't make any sense for him to block it.
I think
because who's calling the plays?
Yeah, but the OC is a guy he's putting together the game plan. So McVay is calling the plays, but it's from a menu of the plays that the OC done put together for him to call. So he's doing McVay. McVay is doing that. The OC is doing the heavy lifting.
I know, but I feel like he got a factory of guys that are like, oh, okay, LaFleur, you want to get another job? Okay, cool, go ahead. Anyways, next guy up.
I don't think
Zach
so.
Robinson, wasn't he? No, he was a QB. Was he QB coach or was he like? He was like
I think he was QB coach, I believe.
Was he QB coach?
He was QB coach, if I recall correctly.
Okay, yeah.
If I recall
Pete
correctly.
Morris, he was able to get him from the Rams, but Saleh, he got connections to the McVay coaching staff, the LaFleurs. Like he's actually pretty close with the brothers, and then also Shanahan's coaching staff. So that's a interesting one. With Flores, I'm thinking Dayball.
Yeah, Patriot guy.
Man, I kind of like that just because they've all like as an OC. I think he could be interesting, especially because right now the Raiders need to find an answer at QB. And not gonna lie, he helped the Giants find Jackson Dart. He helped with the development of Josh Allen. So that's probably a combination that I can see working out, especially a guy like Dayball. He's a strong personality, and I think Flores is the type of guy like it don't matter who has a strong personality. He's not gonna take nothing from nobody.
Yeah, nah.
He has that no nonsense kind of vibe. Like he's like,
Yeah.
bro. But how do you feel about the Tua situation? Him and Tua.
I mean,
Because that is kind of like strange that
it is strange.
he went
I
about
mean,
it.
but like I on one hand, I don't like it because like the player didn't pick himself. You know, obviously this is not the guy you wanted. You made it very clear this is not who you wanted, and ownership kind of went against you. But you know, once the player is there, you got to do all you can to ensure that he has success. Now, I don't know if he did everything in his power to ensure that Tua has success. That being said, did he tell one lie about Tua? Like, is anything he said about Tua untrue? It's all true, but yet and still, you don't do the player like that. You know,
Yeah,
you
but
got to give the max effort.
especially a young player, like, bro, come on, man. Like, I get it, and
Yeah,
part of it is that he wanted Herbert.
exactly.
They went.
He was right.
He wanted Tua, but then like he didn't help it try to become right though.
Right, exactly. That's a little bit of Lane Kiffin right there with Jamarcus.
Man, but that goes to what we talked about earlier. Like when you draft guys and especially the quarterback position, everybody got to be on the same page. Everybody got to be all in, from the head coach and down, and from that, everybody got to be on the same page because it's not going to work out if the coach is not all in or the offensive coaching staff is not all in. So I see Ken said that like you're worried about Dayball and Flores clashing. I think Flores. I don't think it's going to be a problem, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't. And the thing is, the reason why I'm connecting Dayball with Flores is because they both have like Patriots connection. Because Dayball was a former assistant with the Patriots as well as Flores. So Flores is a QB killer. He went to I mean, that's one way to look at it. But Tua did have one of the best offensive-minded coaches in the league, and Mike McDaniel. And what happened?
Yeah, he has early success, and then reverted right back to what he was essentially.
Yeah. Man, shout out to my guy LS with the super chat. He says, if you hire a defensive head coach and Mendoza likely is having a good second season, that OC is probably going to get a head coach. If Mendoza has a great rookie season, or a good to great rookie season, then there's a chance that OC, and especially if Mendoza has a good to great rookie season and the Raiders offense, think about it. If the Raider offense is good, think about the Raiders offense the last few years.
Yeah.
And then an OC comes in and then flips it to being a good offense. Automatically, everybody gonna be looking at him like, "What did you do to make that offense?" You know what I mean? Look good.
Thanks.
So, that's a good point. It's that's one of the hard parts of hiring a defensive coach. Is like, damn, like that's why I like the Flores and Dayball, because Dayball was a former head coach, and I don't think teams are gonna be knocking on the door for him to become a head coach until like he puts together a little bit, like maybe a 2 to 3 year, run at OC, and it has to be successful for him to get another shot at head coach.
Nah, facts. I agree.
So I kind of like that's why I like Dayball at OC.
Yeah, possibly longer than 2 or 3 years.
Brother Yaya says, hot take, I prefer PG as head coach. Been calling it since McDaniels.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to. I mean, I don't know if PG is going to be back. You know, I thought at one point he was going to be like the heir apparent. If this whole Pete Carroll thing worked out, you know, I never felt Chip Kelly wanted to be a head coach. So I thought the next logical choice would be, you know what, he does whatever he does to establish the culture, mentors PG, and then PG kind of, you know, elevates into that role, almost kind of like a Todd Bowles, Bruce Arians situation. But, you know, obviously Pete Carroll's been a miserable failure, and I don't know if Patrick Graham either wants to stay here, you know, I don't know if he does, or if the next coach will want to keep him around. But, you know, I don't think they elevate him, unfortunately. You know, I think this season really hurt his chances of being a head coach, you know, anytime in, like, for damn sure in this cycle, but, you know, possibly in the next 2 or 3 cycles.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with PG. Some people, I don't even see him coming back to Raiders. He might go somewhere else just to be defensive coordinator, just to get away from the Raiders.
Oh, for sure.
You know, and build up his reputation and try to because I think he really wants to become a head coach. It just hasn't just worked out like that. But we're not done yet, man. We got another notable quotable.
And this one is Maxx Crosby talking about Ashton Jeanty. And let's see here.
Yes, I sent it on X. Should be like right under the other one.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go.
Jeanty. I got his stats pulled up because I do not want to butcher them. He had 24 carries, 128 yards on 5.3 average. And on top of it, had a 1 catch for 60 yards and a touchdown. I love when people sleep on certain people because you just know they're going to make everyone look fucking stupid. He's had a change of coordinator. There's been some issues offensively, you know what I mean? There's been a lot of moving parts. He's an incredible player, bro, and he's going to be really good for a long time, and I'm glad he's on my team.
You know, a little Ashton Jeanty love from Maxx Crosby. You know, it is what it is. I feel like there's nothing to. He's not gonna take no shot at his own teammate or whatever. If anything, he's not gonna say nothing.
Exactly.
If he really doesn't like a player or whatever,
like Tyree.
Tyree
was.
Damn, Tyree, man, Tyree. But that's a whole different conversation. But that obviously that performance that he's talking about was from last week. You know, obviously Ashton Jeanty, he went over like 100 yards, had some big plays in the game, in the passing game, and rushing game. This week, just whatever game. I mean, he had 60 yards rushing. And did he have over 100 yards of total offense?
I doubt it.
Or close to it? I think he might have had.
I don't think so.
I think he leads all rookies as far as total yards.
Total yards, yeah. I would say, yeah.
Rushing, I think he might be number 1 in rushing. Not 100%.
Yeah, he's number 1 in rushing for sure.
But
he's number 1 in rushing.
I think he has in total offense. He has scrimmage yards. I think he has about at least 1,200 yards.
1,227, I want to say.
Yeah. And I said last week, man, I think that's like his path to being a really good to great player. Like if he hits that if he hits that ceiling, it would have to be him kind of being good at receiving and running the football. It's not like a situation where it's like he's dominant rushing the football. Like it has to be like a combination of two. That's where I can see him kind of like being a path for him to be a great player. But we got to see it, man. You know, I feel like this offseason is going to be huge. The offensive coordinator, offensive coaching staff is going to be huge. There got to be an emphasis in like, you know, establishing that run game and man, improving that offensive line. I'm not going to lie. Like that's pretty much like I think it should be like the biggest goal of the offseason. It should be improving the offensive line. because they're not going to be able to fix everything. Because I know the defense going to need talent. They need some talent. It's just, to me, if they can improve the offensive line this offseason and maybe add some talent through the draft as far as defense goes, then you got something to build off. I think the defense, from a talent standpoint, they're like probably 2 off seasons.
At least
2 off seasons, because how many starters? I mean, I think we looked at it. We looked at how many starters are free agents that are not going to come back and re-sign. Like,
we don't want them back yet.
Yeah, and look, hey, if the Raiders trade Maxx, that's I'm not gonna lie, that is a big shoes to fill. Like, and they're gonna have to address defense in the draft for sure with those first round picks. But what was your take when you heard Maxx kind of like showing love to Jeanty?
No, I mean, I think obviously, I felt the same way. I mean, I heard the quote. That's all. It's interesting, for him to give him that kind of praise. He was like real effusive in his praise. But he talked about a lot of people sleeping on him. Yeah, I'm still dozing off. And I told people after that, after the Texans game, that was a fluke. And just us team. And just his performance in particular, I didn't believe it. And I was like, I want to see him duplicate that performance. And he was going against a team that's ranked last in the league in rushing yards allowed. And I think he put up like 62 yards, and in 24 of those 62 came on a garbage time run, basically when the Giants were in prevent and just letting the Raiders bleed the clock. And then another 14 came on like another run earlier on. So, but outside of those 2 runs, essentially did nothing. So, like I said, that's what I was saying. Like, don't get too hyped up about what happened in the Texans game, because it was a trap game for the Texans, and we're still a bad team. But as you alluded to, at this point, we have to do everything that we can to make him a successful player. In the future, we have to invest heavily in offensive line, find an offensive coordinator that's going to cater to his style, whatever the style they think he is. We've tried outside zone, we've tried inside zone. Only thing we really haven't tried much of is power. So maybe that's kind of the sweet spot where we, go a little bit more power heavy in our run scheme and do it that way. But like I said, man, it's like underwhelming. Like the yard, I mean, I think the one thing that's been most impressive about the season is just the touchdowns. I would say, like, the amount of touchdowns you scored, like double-digit touchdowns. I don't care how you got them. That's impressive. But this yardage, like, not really impressed by it. He might lead our rookie in yardage, but he probably leads rookies in touches by an astronomical amount as well, just because he's started. He's the only rookie running back that's played and started every single game for his team.
Hey, man, he's durable.
Yeah.
He's proven to be durable, man. Like, he I don't think. I mean, there's probably a couple times where I felt like he might have got dinged up a little bit, but but for the
everybody gets dinged up at some point. So.
Yeah, but it's football, man. Like, players.
It's part of the game.
It's part of the game, but he hasn't missed any game though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Getting dinged up, that's like whatever. But if you're able to get back on the field, that's the most important thing. So, like, he's been super durable, man. But, and like, that's what I mean. And the part of that, you can kind of say that goes a little bit to the plan, whatever plan, Pete Carroll had earlier in the season, kind of ease him in so he can stay healthy throughout the season. It looks like it's working. So we'll see what that means next year, if they're able to pair another back with him to kind of, also give him the same amount of touches, but get more production out of the running game from a 2-headed monster. You get more production from him, just period. I'm sure that's what we all want to see as well. So we'll kind of see where that goes. But, disappointing rookie season thus far. But hopefully whatever new staff comes in, they'll have a plan in place to get the most out of him. Yeah,
I mean, I know you've been tough on on Ashton Jeanty for a lot of different reasons. Obviously, because they took a running back at number 6 overall, being the biggest thing as a value thing. But for me, like, a great running back, I don't think they can overcome a bad offensive line. It is what it is. And that's why, you can argue, again, how, it's tough to actually draft a running back at number 6 when you can't even take advantage of their skills. So I'm not even calling Jeanty great. I'm just saying, like, if a great running back can overcome a bad offensive line, then, taking a good to very good or whatever, Jeanty is, it's going to be tough for him to be successful. So that's why, like I said, the priority has to be improving that offensive line. And then we can probably see exactly what his ceiling is. We'll see. Because if you can get to average, but to be honest with you, if they make it, if they have over $100 million in cap space, as far as to sign free agents, and then obviously they're going to have the number 1 overall pick. They're not going to take offensive line with number 1 pick, but they are going to get the first pick in each round. So there's going to be an opportunity to upgrade the team in a lot of different ways on defense, offense. And maybe in that second round they prioritize the offensive line. Maybe take that guard. I don't know if that guard is going to be available from Oregon, Pregon. Vega. I think he's gonna go in the first round. You go tackle in the second round. The way Charles Grant is looking, kind of like maybe get a veteran and have him compete with Charles Grant and have him compete for that right tackle spot this offseason. I kind of like the idea of that. Or have him compete with Glaze, but I feel like that would be too risky. That's a little too risky. Yeah,
it's too risky because if Glaze falters, then you got two real young guys. Charles Grant, Charles Grant, baby. That's saying, try like it's what they. What do your mama say when you out? You trying to get fast food? Baby, we got McDonald's at home. we got Charles Grant on the team. But obviously you still want to bring in some competition. If you can bring a veteran guy in there, kind of give him another additional year to sit and learn, that would be an ideal situation. But if his growth is exponential this offseason, and he takes hold of the job, you could kind of gotta let nature take its course at that point and let him do his thing and spread his wings.
Going back to Jeanty though, like I think whoever they get at offensive coordinator, or if they get an offensive head coach, hopefully it's a coach that we can look at and be like, oh, he's going to develop a run game, and as well as develop the next QB for the Raiders, a young QB for the Raiders. I think those are going to be two heavy emphasis to me when they get like whoever their new offense coordinator is, or if it's offensive head coach, whoever the new coach is, because that's gonna be key. Like you got Ashton Jeanty. How can we find a way to capitalize on his talent? And then when you're drafting a young QB, you want to make sure you develop and bring him along. So then who's going to be that? A guy like Brian Daboll, I kind of like, all right, maybe we bring him in with Brian Flores. The only thing is that the other coaches that we would like, we've talked about this in the past with Jeanty. It feels like he would probably be better suited for like a, power gap blocking system, you know what I mean? Instead of like a zone system. Yeah. And a lot of the OC options they're all kind of like zone blocking, offensive coaches. Like they'll bring that scheme instead of like more of a. I'm trying to think of offensive head coach. Oh, you know what? The Colts owner. I don't know if this might not mean anything, but the Colts owner, she made a statement, and obviously the Colts kind of collapsed down the stretch. They started the season like 7-0, 8-0, and then obviously they're going to miss the playoffs. And she kind of alluded to like, there's going to be some changes coming up. That can mean anything. But if they get rid of Steichen, I was telling you this before the show, man. If they get rid of Shane Steichen, they need Tom Brady, Mark Davis. They need to get this guy on the line, and he needs to be the next head coach of the Raiders. Like, he has to be the next head coach. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
Do it.
He checks every box that I just mentioned. He checks the box of developing a quarterback position. He brings the best out of these quarterbacks. Man, he got Gardner Minshew paid. He got Daniel Jones looking like an early MVP candidate. The only guy where he couldn't bring the best out of him. I mean, it was
what
Anthony Richardson. But then
and what is Anthony Richardson? What
do you mean?
A young quarterback that was drafted highly.
Yeah, but if we're being honest though, his development curve was a lot. It's a lot longer compared to a lot of other quarterbacks.
True. So who was the head coach at the time? He was like, he didn't inherit him, right?
But Jalen Hurts, the best ball that Jalen Hurts, statistically, the best that Jalen Hurts ever played was with Shane Steichen.
He did well with what you call it. Oh my god, damn! For the Cowboys OC, that's now.
But it wasn't better than Steichen. It wasn't better than Steichen.
No, but they also didn't have. They didn't have
Saquon. Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore. But he also didn't have Saquon, so they were leaning a lot more on the run game that year. So
he found a way to make Jalen Hurts effective without a Saquon.
That was prior to them getting Saquon. So they only had like DeAndre Swift and
that's even more impressive. That's even more impressive.
But I'm saying part of the reason why Jalen Hurts was so effective is because like the offense was him. Like he had to be. So he didn't have any other part to lean on. So like he got put up more production because the offense was Jalen Hurts centric. Like Kellen Moore didn't have to do it.
I see what you're saying, but like watching Jalen Hurts, I don't think that right now, like if he didn't have a run game, which technically right now they've struggled to run the ball, is a good thing. So for him to be productive and get production out of Jalen Hurts, probably the best he's ever played was with Steichen. I think that's a plus for Steichen for him to get that production even without a run game. And Jalen Hurts being Jalen Hurts, like we kind of can see like his game is not your typical quarterback game. You know what I mean? And the fact that he's worked with different quarterbacks too. It's not like he's worked with the pocket passers, he's worked with the running quarterbacks. I like that versatility.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Shane Steichen is really good.
And the run game too. I'm not gonna lie, the run game is probably the biggest too.
Yeah. I think Shane Steichen is a really, really good offensive coordinator. I think he would be fantastic as an offensive coordinator. If he gets fired and he wants to work with Brian Flores as an offensive coordinator, hey, I'm all for it. I am all for it. But Shane Steichen, the head coach, I'll take a hard pass on that. I'll take a hard pass on that one. Especially fresh off of firing. Oh, bro, come on. You fresh off of getting fired? Nah, I'm cool, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'd rather go with a young guy. I'm not even like super high on Clint. I like Clint Kubiak, but I'm not super crazy high. A lot of people are super high on him. I'd rather go with Clint Kubiak. I've been saying Mike LaFleur for years now. I was saying Mike LaFleur before he hired Pete Carroll old ass. You feel me? So I'll prefer Mike LaFleur. Even Joe Brady. Like I'm not even
Steichen? Nah, man. I'm taking Steichen all day.
I'm taking a young guy.
I don't think Steichen is one of the best offensive minds in football.
Yeah, so is Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, but he's not Josh McDaniels though.
He's about to fail.
Josh McDaniels, like, come on, he's not even close to Josh McDaniels. You know that.
No, he's a better head coach. Like, but there are still degrees of how bad of a head coach you are. I still don't think Shane Steichen is a good head coach. Hey, man, I think you're right. You're right.
I just seen that comment by the owner. I'm like, someone's getting fired. And if she's crazy enough to fire Steichen,
it might be
be
bad.
honest with you, I don't even think the Raiders. I'm not even sure if the Raiders have a chance. Like I think he's gonna have opportunities.
Who?
Steichen. I think he's gonna
have opportunities as an offensive coordinator.
As a head coach.
Nobody's gonna give him another head. He's not gonna get another head coach. Not the cycle after he gets fired.
He's better. Look. Put it this way: he's a better offensive candidate at head coach than any of the guys that's available right now. You mentioned LaFleur, not even close. Not even close, bro. It's not even close.
No, he's not. No, why he's not? No, why he's not? Because you still have the stench of being a failed head coach. So people will so oftentimes people will take the mystery over somebody that's mid. No, right now he's like a bad head coach. He's just mid. He's mid. And like he has the potential to be good, but he's mid. So they'll take a young guy that's oh my god, I'm enamored with what this guy could be, the potential of what he is. Like we know what Shane Steichen is, but what can this guy be? And so that's more attractive to a lot of teams.
Man, I don't know, man. I believe in Steichen, bro. I don't know why. It's just I believe. If the Raiders can find if Tom Brady, because I know he's been working these games and he's been watching people from afar. So if Steichen is available, which it's a really small chance that he would be available. But let's say the Colts owner is like she's trying to clean house. This is her first year as an owner, and the team just collapsed. They literally, they started season 7-0, 8-0, whatever the record was. It was like number 1 in the NFL, and they collapse. And she's like, you know what? This is probably a good opportunity to like bring her people in the building. And if that means because going into the season, Steichen was on a hot seat. Steichen and Chris Ballard on a hot seat.
Yeah.
But we never know. But if for whatever reason, if Steichen is available, bro, he has to be like, to me, I don't know. I feel like he would be the number one outside of like let's say of Tomlin or Harbaugh, Harbaugh, the Ravens coach, he probably would be like a high on a lot of people's list. But I don't think those guys like really fit with what we got going on. I mean, I feel like he'll come in with a lot of they'll come in with a lot of like leverage, and I feel like that just doesn't fit with what the Raiders are trying to do right now. They need to build this thing right, and they can't afford to have like a coach come in here and try to mess with the Raiders' future or whatever the case may be. But I think Steichen would be perfect. We got the number 1 pick overall, and have him evaluate which QB would fit perfectly in his offense. You got Ashton Jeanty, you know what I mean? Have him improve the offensive line. Bring his what's his current OC name?
Jim Bob Cooter.
Bring Jim Bob Cooter.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Flag. You want the guy that evaluated his offense and said, "I want Anthony Richardson."
It was what? Look. I'll give him. You know what? That was a little bit of cockiness. I'll give him that. Because what did Shanahan do? What did Shanahan do? Shanahan went ahead and said, "I'm gonna draft Trey Lance at what, number 5, number 4 overall." And we all know that Shanahan is top 2, top 3 offensive minded coach in the NFL. Yeah. So it happens. It happens. It is what it is.
But Shanahan originally wanted Mac Jones, and then the final hour he switched to Trey Lance,
right?
For whatever reason. I don't know why that was. What it was he saw, had an epiphany or what it was, but he had identified Mac Jones. We saw what Mac Jones looked like in his system this year. Looked good in his system this year, right? Looked like some people saying he might be a starting quarterback next year because of how well he played this year. Anthony Richardson, at no point did Anthony Richardson look like he was like really maybe it's like his first 2-3 games when he was like, but he was mostly he did a lot of damage on the ground.
Yeah.
But
I
outside of
think
that,
the
he
reality
never
set
really
in
did.
on Steichen with a guy like Anthony Richardson. I think he learned from that is that like he doesn't have time to develop quarterback like that. Straight up, the NFL doesn't have any time to develop a QB like that. Like those guys need to be drafted after the first round. Like if they and they have to sit on the bench. Unfortunately, like it is what it is. The reality is these coaches are like they're feeling pressure to win games, and obviously Steichen felt the pressure to win games. That's why he went ahead and signed a guy like Daniel Jones. And I'm not gonna lie, he brought the best out of Daniel. This is the best I've ever seen Daniel Jones play. He looked like one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL, and I didn't think that was ever going to be a possibility. But yeah, you're right. He was part of the building that brought in Anthony Richardson.
And then like
it was a bet on his coaching ability to develop him. Yeah. But the thing is, look, a guy like Anthony Richardson, he needs time to develop. In the NFL, that's the one thing. And this is a kind of like a criticism of the NFL right now. It's like they don't want to develop a QB. They want a QB to come in and have that. And that's one of the things I said about Dante Moore is like, and I don't want to compare. I'm not going to compare him to like Anthony Richardson as like as a passer or anything like that. It's just when I talk about his experience, he's going to need some time to develop. And I'm like, man, like the way the NFL moves, like if a guy can't come in right away and contribute, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. They have a QB development problem in the NFL.
Yeah, they do. So he's going to finish his tenure. I mean, after this year, he'll have 2 losing seasons with the Colts.
Yeah, man. Steichen, bro. Like, if he's available, and that's just more of like that's like a wish list. Like, if he's available for me personally, I have number one on my list.
You can have him. I'll take a hard pass on Steichen. And I say like if you want to come and be an offensive coordinator, bro, all day. He's number one on my list, offensive coordinator. Head coach, I'm good on you, bro. I'm good.
All right, man. All right. You, number one on your list is LaFleur.
LaFleur is number one on my list.
You'll take LaFleur over Steichen.
Taking LaFleur over Steichen. Taking LaFleur over Steichen.
Come on.
Taking LaFleur over Steichen. And look, come
on, man. Look.
No, it's not just because he drafted AR. That's part of it. That's part of obviously when you're number one. I think you need to identify is a drafted quarterback. You're gonna take the guy that took the worst drafted quarterback in quite some time.
I forgot about this. I forgot about this. What he would do with Brock Bowers on offense? Look what he's doing with the unathletic tight end. You compare to Brock Bowers. Compare to
Tyler Warner. He's more athletic, but Tyler Warner is skilled as hell, bro.
Yeah. But I'm just comparing him to Brock Bowers because Brock Bowers is like on a whole different echelon.
Yeah.
As far as.
But what I mean, but that's Tyler Warren too. Because what did he do with the tight ends he had before that? He didn't do anything with them. But obviously they weren't the level of Tyler Warren or Brock Bowers. But not like he was like designing a whole bunch of crazy stuff for his tight ends before. He just took a guy that was talented and he's using them. But I'm looking at what McVay is doing with all of these guys, with his 2 running backs and Blake Corum and Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua and Devontae, and Tutu Atwell, and what he's doing with their tight end over there. It's crazy. That tight end is putting up crazy production over there. So they're getting production out of 2 running backs, 4 wide receivers, and their tight end. I'm rolling with that guy. I'm not
mad at LaFleur, but I'm just saying if I had to choose between Steichen and LaFleur, man, I'm going Steichen.
Yeah, I'm
choosing
LaFleur.
Too. That's just like
I'm choosing
LaFleur.
I'm choosing LaFleur.
Bless you. I'm like, just get out.
Yeah.
My guy Barry Farm. Hey man, appreciate the super chat, my guy, man. Appreciate you supporting the show. He says Mike McDaniel at OC, Jesse Minter at head coach. In a perfect world, I won't be mad at this, but what's the connection between Minter and McDaniel? Because that's the thing, though. Like a lot of like the coaching staffs, when they're like when they make some of these coaches, like when they put together coaching staffs, it's all about relationships.
Exactly.
So I don't know if Jesse Minter and Mike McDaniel would have a pre-existing, relationship like that. And if this happened, I would be concerned a little bit. Just because we seen what happened when, you took a Chip Kelly and you paired him with Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit of self-sabotage and dysfunction and, Pete Carroll wanting his way. And it's just, I don't want that. I want a head coach to pick, the best coach that he feels that what he wants to do on offense. And to have a good working relationship with everybody on his coaching staff. I don't want a situation where it's Chip Kelly versus Pete Carroll or whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying Mike McDaniel, Jesse Minter won't work out. Obviously, Jesse Minter is one of the best, defensive coordinators in football. Young head coach candidate, which I'm not mad at. Mike McDaniel, we all know he's one of the best, offensive-minded coaches too as well. But man, we just seen what happened when you paired off. When you try to play matchmaker, which was what Tom Brady was trying to do, and it didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, generally these guys have worked with each other at least at one stint before. They've had one stint where they worked together. So.
Now we can't hold it against him. Look, hey man, we can't hold it against him, man. I know he's a Laker fan. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with that. It's all good, man. Martinez. Yeah, but they also have Stafford and McVay. It's a good point, but I think LaFleur is not a bad
Bro, Kyron Williams was drafted in the 4th round. What are we talking about here? Who can name their tight end? He's one of the most productive tight ends in the league. Tutu Atwell was an afterthought, drafted out of Louisville. People thought he was a bust. Turn him into something. Puka Nacua is a 5th round. What are we doing? Or what are we doing here? We're going to talk about people who they have and who they don't have. Jonathan Taylor was already one of the league's best.
Exactly.
What?
Exactly right here.
Yeah.
I agree with Severe, but Shane Steichen had us thinking Gardner Minshew was good. Exactly.
Gardner Minshew was a baller with the Jaguars, so that's not even all Shane Steichen. He played well with the Jaguars. We screwed up. We made
he
Gardner
played well
Minshew
with the
bad.
Jaguars and became a backup with the Colts.
He came well with the yeah because they had a guy. They had Anthony Richardson. That was the drafted guy. So, Gardner Minshew came in and saved that season.
Come on, man.
Gardner Minshew came in and saved that season. The same, just like the Jaguars. He played well with the Jaguars, and then they drafted Trevor Lawrence. And then the Colts, they picked up Gardner Minshew because of what he did with Jacksonville. Then they drafted Anthony Richardson. And Anthony Richardson didn't play well and got hurt. And then Gardner Minshew came in and played well. It's the same situation. Same situation.
Finn says Tomlin or John Harbaugh for the next 4 years. Pick one. If it's without any type of control, as far as roster control. Tomlin does have the consistency. His consistency is crazy. He's just gonna simply just win at least 8-9 games, get you to playoffs. I mean, what you mean? He's had a winning record
every year.
Never
had a losing record. So it's not a winning record every year. He's never had a losing record. So
he's never had a losing record. So that means he's won at least 8 games.
Yeah, some years he went 500. Well, now it's 17. So he's had a winning record all these years. But
right.
I probably edge Tomlin because of the gravitas. I think he just understands how to win. But Harbaugh. But see, Harbaugh got on blown. He got on the 4th quarter leads that got blown, bro. And then the fact that they ain't using Derrick Henry, they ain't been using him. That's been a criticism of this team. Bro, why are you not giving the ball to Derrick Henry more in the 4th quarter? That's his time. This is literally Derrick Henry time. It's the 4th quarter.
But I think with Harbaugh, he leans on his assistants.
Yeah, but still, like that. But at that point, you got to make an executive decision. Like, nah, bro. Like, where do we like? Because if you don't feel you can do that, then that's the problem in and of itself. So you the head coach, you gotta lean in and be like, look, man, what are we doing here? Why is Derrick Henry not getting the ball?
Yeah. But but the thing is though, like with Harbaugh, like his criticisms are like we would hope and wish that we would have a coach where we can criticize about him not making the right decisions in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they're arguing about with Harbaugh. It's like they can't get over the hump. But then he's won a Super Bowl though. He's won a Super Bowl with the Ravens. And now he's since reinvented the team. Like it's a completely different team led by Lamar Jackson. And, they have some talent on that defense, but they just haven't been able to figure it out and make a run or get to the Super Bowl. I think the farthest they've been with Lamar Jackson at quarterback was it? Have they been to the AFC Championship game with the Ravens, or was it second round divisional round?
But they lost. I think they lost to the Rams that year, 2 years ago. Not the Rams.
I'm just saying with Lamar at quarterback, have they even gone to the AFC Championship game? I don't know if they.
I want to say they lost to the Chiefs that year. The Chiefs won. The year the Chiefs went to the Super Bowl and played the Niners again when Detroit lost to San Francisco.
Was that okay? That was the AFC Championship game. Was Ravens and Chiefs?
Yeah, I believe that was the AFC Championship game. Yeah.
Okay. And the thing is that's what Harbaugh has over Tomlin is that like he's kind of gone farther in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, recently.
Yeah.
Recently, but Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. It's kind of
on offense. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a tomato. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't be mad at both. It's as long as it doesn't come with like I said, we need to have, final say on roster and all this type of stuff, a piece of the Raiders. Like, it's just, they're going to have so much leverage.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. So that's why I just feel like it's not going to be a good fit. And I don't even think they even consider the Raiders, honest with you. They're going to have options.
Oh, yeah, not for sure.
They're going to have options. LS not letting it go. He says, in all seriousness, LaFleur is in a great situation. McVay calls the plays. Steve might be the best GM in the league. He's got Stafford at QB. I'm not touching the floor without a play calling experience.
He has play calling experience. It's just, they stuck him over there with the Jets in a terrible situation, but he has play calling experience. I think, Shane Steichen was in the worst division in all of football, and he hasn't won it. He hasn't. I don't think he's even come close to winning it. I think he had a chance to win it the first year. No, they didn't. It wasn't even that first year because he got there in 2023, right? Oh, matter of fact, he got there in 2023 was his first year with them, right? Yeah. So he wasn't responsible for Jalen Hurts' best year. 2023 was Jalen Hurts' best year.
Oh, let me.
I think he got there in 2023. So, but I don't think he's even been close to winning. So he's in.
Double check. Let me just double check.
He's in the worst division in football, or was considered the worst division in football. He had one of the best offensive lines in all of football. He has one of the best running backs in all of football. He has solid weapons at wide receiver and Pierce. You got Josh Downs and he had Michael Pittman. The only thing he was missing was a quarterback.
Damn. Hey. So I was just simply I'm trying to look for Shane Steichen just to confirm Jalen Hurts is last time he coached him, and then a headline right here: Colts head coach Shane Steichen hasn't discussed his job status or ownership yet. I'm just saying, this opportunity, if it presents itself, I don't think the Raiders should pass up. But let me look this up here.
Yeah, I think he got there in 2023. Jalen Hurts' best year was 2023. I don't know if that was Kellen Moore or if that was Shane Steichen.
Okay, right here. Coaching tree. All right, so Yeah, so he got there 2023.
To the Colts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
first
Jimmy-
year they went 9-8. Second year they went 8-9, and
Yes, this
third
year.
year they went 8-8. Mind you, their quarterback situation has kind of been, not stable. This year was the best that we've seen the quarterback position play as well as it did with Daniel Jones, but then
Yeah.
he got hurt.
Yeah. But a large part of that was who was considered the MVP of that team early on. It wasn't Daniel Jones.
Yep. But also, hey, the fact that he's able to get the best out of the players that he has, which we all know Jonathan Taylor is one of the best running backs in the NFL, but then he drafts Tyler Warren, and then he's using them in ways that we want Brock Bowers to be used on offense.
Yes,
So
that
it's
is
like,
true.
damn,
That
like
is true.
if you bring a coach like that to the Raiders, you
And
can
he's-
kind of envision how the
Yeah.
pieces that the Raiders currently have can be used, because he's gonna find a way to
Yeah.
put them in the best position to succeed.
And he's using Alec Pierce, and he's getting Alec Pierce open, Josh Downs too. But that's why he'd be a great offensive coordinator, because he can call all these plays, but he cannot identify talent. He cannot draft players
Let me
to
see.
save his life. Because basically all the guys that's playing well outside of Daniel Jones are people, and Tyler Warren obviously, but Tyler Warren people thought Tyler Warren would be good. He was a number 1 tight end last year. But outside of those two guys, like just about everybody else, he inherited.
All right, so yeah, he had in 2023. He had 23 touchdowns, which is one more than he had in 2022, which is Shane Steichen's last year as an OC. But then he threw 15 interceptions.
What was his yardage though in both of those years?
And 2022 was 3,701 yards, and then 2023 3,858.
Okay, and that's the year they went to the Super Bowl, right? 2022. 2022 they went. 2022 they went to the Super Bowl. 2022 they went to the Super Bowl.
He was 14-1 as a starter.
Yeah, so that's the year they went. They got to be the year they went to the Super Bowl. So that was Shane's last year. Then he left, and then Kellen Moore.
Oh yeah. So they won the Super Bowl, and he ended up getting, or he went to the Super Bowl.
No, he went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, they lost to the Chiefs, and then he left, and then Kellen Moore took over.
Did he lose against the Chiefs?
Yeah, they lost, and then last year they beat the Chiefs with Kellen Moore.
Wait, but Jalen Hurts won the Super Bowl twice.
He only won it once.
He don't have 2 rings?
Yeah, he won it once. He won twice. He won once. Yeah, that's the game they lost on that controversial call.
He went twice, and then you're right.
Yeah, so they went. So
yeah, because they won the other one with Nick Foles at
yeah, and that was was the head coach, Doug Peterson.
Yeah. But I think that 2022 year he had like 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and then 2023 he had 23 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. But then I know he probably had hella rushing touchdowns in 2022. He had to. That was like his coming out party a little bit, as far as like his game, where he using him as like basically red zone.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, 2022. He had the most rushing yards he had second most. 2021 he had 784. 2022, he had 760 rushing yards. Let me see how many touchdowns did he have? Oh, he had 13.
And how many did he have 2023?
15. He just exploded. Like he 2021 he had 10. 2022 he had 13. 23 15. 2024 14. And then this year he has 8. Let me see his passing percentage. It must have been because he made a big jump from 2021 to 2022. That's probably what it was.
Probably.
Yeah. You a friend of mine, he don't think Jalen Hurts is good.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jalen Hurts is good, but I think Jalen Hurts is good.
He said he'll take Brock Purdy over Jalen Hurts.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
But he's a Niner fan, so it's like a little bit.
Yes, yeah, he's a Niner fan. Yeah,
little biased, but damn, as a passer, man, I ain't gonna.
Passer, yeah, Jalen Hurts is he's rough on the edges. Rough on the edges.
Like he can't throw over the middle.
Yeah, he's rough on the edges. But Brock Purdy doesn't really throw it, man. He does, but he's way better than Jalen Hurts over the middle. But like you generally shorter quarterbacks, they have trouble throwing over the middle.
Yeah. Mendoza's 6'5". You know what I mean? Dante Moore 6'3".
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 2 quarterbacks to choose from. Salute to everybody pulling up. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Severe, man, what's real, what's not statement, bro?
What's real, what's not, man? Let me see what we got for today. What I say? Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, this is an interesting one. What's real, what's not? So you guys know we make a statement and you tell us if that statement is real or if it's not. So for today, we got securing the number 1 overall pick will make the Pete Carroll hire a necessary evil. Securing the number 1 overall pick will make the Pete Carroll hire a necessary evil.
Ooh. No, I'm gonna say that's not real. The only reason why, it's not that I don't agree that having a number 1 pick isn't valuable. It's more so like we're firing another head coach, which is making the Raiders' job less desirable. Now, it helps that the Raiders have a number 1 pick, which in theory should help them, but they still need to actually put together, like, they need some stability at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And I think like them kind of getting rid of most likely going to get rid of Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
It's probably there's a good chance, you know what I mean? In my opinion, I think that might be a reason for like a guy like Maxx Crosby to like leave the building, like he goes somewhere else, because this would be his how many coaches has he had? He's at
5, I think.
At least 5 head coaches. At
Yeah.
least 5 head coaches at this point. But yeah, I'm glad the Raiders are getting number 1 pick because they need it. But also, like, I don't think it's a necessary evil because they can. If they hired a young coach, and they finished number 1 pick, I still would have been like, nah, keep coach, keep building, keep adding talent. There have been some stability in the building, but now we're firing 2 years in a row. This is the 2nd year in a row that the Raiders are firing a coach. Actually, you could probably say 3rd year, but 2nd year after 1 year technically, and then I think McDaniels was after a year and a half.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say not real.
All right. Let me ask you this. So let me see if I can move you off your not real position. See if I can move you off there. Is this job any less desirable than it was before we hired Pete Carroll and didn't have the number 1 overall pick. So after the moment after we fired Antonio Pierce and we fired Tom Telesco, in that very moment was a job as desirable, more desirable, or less desirable than it is now?
Before the number 1 pick, before PK.
Yeah, I'm talking about the moment after we fired Tom Telesco and AP. It's fresh, a clean slate. At that moment, was a job at that moment more desirable, less desirable, or about as desirable as it is now?
It's close.
It's close, right?
It's close. It's close. But I'm gonna give the edge with the number 1 pick, obviously. Like,
so the job is more desirable now.
Right. I'm gonna give the edge.
Due to Pete Carroll.
I'm gonna give the edge.
Okay, so look, so I think you convert. I think you walk to the other side.
Nah,
I think you converted over.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I just don't like the Raiders. Still got to start over though. After another year, they have to start over from
True.
So and we still don't know who the head coach is gonna be. We still don't know. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, we're firing a Pete Carroll who's well respected around the NFL. And I'm saying that we're firing him. There's nothing like official yet, but all signs point to it. All these reports and people are alluding to like the Raiders are most likely gonna. So we'll find out after the Chiefs game. But it's just, man, you know, if you want to be honest, they should have kept. Look, think about it. They could have just kept. They could have kept AP, kept their reputation intact. And then by this time, they could have evaluated, like, man, you know what? Pull the plug on AP. And then, you know, stuck with a coach for at least 2 years. But now, like, there's still going to be questions like, okay, what are we going to have? What are the Raiders going to have to do to get a head coach? A good head coach getting a candidate. Not just any head coach. A good candidate. Like, even though I want Steichen, would Steichen even take Steichen? I think will have options. LaFleur, if LaFleur is available, LaFleur is going to look at it and be like, I'll get to choose my QB. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, there might be that conversation, but then also there's going to be a conversation like, man, they're going to have to pay him like, man, they're going to have to pay him like one of the best head coaches in the NFL, which in reality, like Ben Johnson, he was one of the best candidates that we've seen in years, and he didn't get as much as we thought he was going to get with the Bears. He got a cool $13 million, which is not bad. I'm not saying that's bad, but
less than Pete Carroll. Oh, that's disgusting.
Reportedly, Pete Carroll's making 15, but
that's God. That's oh my God.
But that's the thing, though. The Raiders are going to have to overpay for everybody. They're going to have to overpay.
Yeah, but look. That's coming out of Mark Davis' pocket, man. I don't get that. It ain't hitting our salary cap, man. Mark Davis, you got the money, bro. You pay that. Pay these people. Pay these people. I don't care. Pay. That's why you bought. That's why you sold parts of the team to get more liquid, so you can have more cash on hand to pay these people. Hey, use that money. Pay for the best staff money can buy. Do it. I'm cool with that. But yeah. So like I said, man, I think. Look, I was completely against the Pete Carroll hire. If we had to do over again, I would still rather not do Pete Carroll. I'd rather us have hired somebody young that that actually had an upside, or had kept Antonio Pierce and let him coach another year and see what he can do if he can develop more as a head coach. I would prefer both of those two options exponentially. But you can't change time, you can't go backwards. Now that what's done is done, I think the Pete Carroll hire was a necessary evil, because I think a younger coach would have been, first of all, they would have been trying their damnedest to win these games. Not saying Pete Carroll isn't, but I think there's been some little bit
his hardest.
I think there's been some resignation.
So sad. That's so sad. He's trying.
Well, up until this week, I think he low key like tapped out this week against the Giants.
Nah, man. Pete Carroll trying his hardest. He arguing every call. Like, what are you talking about? Like, he's over there, man. bro, he struggled to put young players out there at 2 and man, he's been trying his hardest to win games. That's what's so sad about how bad the Raiders are. It's like, damn, like you're a Hall of Fame Super Bowl winning head coach is struggling to win games with the Raiders.
But see, that's what's terrible. But see, I think a younger coach, like I think he would have AP would have AP'd this again. He would have found some way to win it, to win some meaningless games.
Yeah, he won more games than Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll, exactly. But late in the year too, when we didn't want to win games. Like, boy, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Why are we winning games right now? So it was. So I think he'd find some way. I think he'd find some way to AP it up. So
Brian Flores would have found a way.
Oh, Brian Flores for sure would have found a way, bro.
he did.
Brian Flores
with the Dolphins.
Sure. Exactly. He for sure would have found a way. So that's why I'm saying Pete Carroll being as bad and as washed up as he is, it put us in. It put everybody in a mindset where now, maybe the front office isn't, but a lot of the fan base is saying like, no, we might as well trade Max. Hey, we want the number 1 overall pick. We got to get Mendoza, and we got to invest heavily in our offensive line because, we need a good offensive line to protect our quarterback and to get the most production out of Jeanty. We got to we got to let our GM hire the coach. And not have Mark Davis interfere. Like a lot of the fan base now, this year has been so bad that more and more voices are starting to come to that realization. And a lot of the truths we were telling early on, a lot of people now, before we were being called haters, especially me, you be ducking that. I don't know how they don't be blaming you for this shit. We both be saying. Like, we both be saying something.
They be calling me haters. Like, probably not on here, but they
more X. You get it more X. You get more X.
Like, but they be coming from me.
But look, I was like, look.
You know what? I keep my receipts though. I keep my receipts because as soon as shit hits the fan, I'll be like, oh, didn't y'all say that this was not going to happen? Like, when people were calling Dante Thornton, Calvin Johnson, and this is one of the best receiving corps in the NFL, and you know what I mean, like. The Raiders are going to the playoffs, and Pete Carroll is going to turn around. Like, all this. So why you keep talking about his age?
I don't know why I just thought about this. I don't know why I thought about this. But we're talking about something. It's going back to our argument before. But we're talking about, you bringing up Dante Thornton made me think about Brock Bowers. But we're talking about, like, I know we always compare Brock Bowers and George Kittle. But George Kittle's second year in the league, with some bum-ass quarterbacks, he put up 1,500 yards, I want to say, with Michael Floor as the passing game coordinator.
Let me see.
So,
was he? He was healthy too.
He was healthy. Yeah. George Kittle, I want to say he played 15 games the second year. He put up 1,500 yards with who was their quarterback? The two bums.
Yeah, George Kittle's a monster, bro.
But I'm saying that was Michael Floor was a passing game coordinator that year.
Okay.
Understanding.
Well, Shanahan's calling the plays.
Yeah, but he was passing game.
It's a valid question though. That's a valid,
No, that's a valid question. But he was a passing game coordinator, so he did his part.
He put together. He made copies.
He put together.
For both McVay and Shanahan.
He put together the game plan.
He brought coffee in the
morning. That coffee was hot. The coffee was hot. He brought sugar in the raw and not equal. They was refreshed. They was refreshed.
His second year, he broke out because I think his first year was he had 500 yards. That's George Kittle. And his second year was 2018. He had almost 1,400 yards.
Almost 14. Okay, yeah.
88 receptions. Okay. 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Kittle's a monster. What makes Kittle a monster is that he was obviously, he was a threat in the pass game, but he could block.
Yeah.
He could block like.
Oh yeah, then that's another thing, man. He got like back-to-back 400 yards out of Mike White with like Robbie Chosen, or I think back then it was Robbie Anderson still as his number one receiver.
Saleh didn't want to get rid of him too.
Yeah.
They only got rid of him because they used him as
Aaron Rodgers
scapegoat because of the quarterback not working.
Oh,
out.
was it good? Oh, Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was that was Aaron Rodgers deal. But yeah, so
LaFleur, man, because Saleh is close with the family, LaFleur family, so he's cool. He's cool with Matt LaFleur and all them guys. Hey, second year in the league was his best year, pretty much.
I think that was his most healthy year too, probably, knowing George Kittle.
Yeah, 16 games, 60 games played, 60 games started.
Yeah, only 6 games started.
60. He started every game.
Oh, started everyone. I thought you said 6. I was like, what the hell?
16.
Okay, nah.
2023 was the next one, and then last year he wasn't. Last year he played 15 games too last year.
Okay, I think he was banged up a lot.
Yeah, but he still had like 1,000 yards receiving, 78 catches, 1,100 yards.
Yeah. Yes, man. Like I said, I'm taking a chance on Mike LaFleur and Shane Steichen. Kind of been there, done that. But but we're talking about Pete Carroll though.
Come on, man. You want to look at we could look at numbers that of skill position players under Steichen too, man. We could do that too. If you want to,
I think Steichen's done his thing.
And Steichen is a play caller, so we can actually go look at what the Colts have been doing with some of their skill positions. And the thing is too, they don't have do they have a number one?
No, they have a number one receiver. I mean, like I said, Michael Pittman. I don't think Michael Pittman is that great.
But the thing is though, they have like
they have a good group of receivers.
Yeah, they have a
good group,
Downs,
but it's no number one.
Yeah,
they have like 3, 4, like three Jacoby Meyer level receivers.
Yeah,
like not a true number one, but hey, they're good players.
But they're elite players at running back.
The elite players are running back. Yeah.
The elite players running back. Offensive line.
Offensive line is great. Great offensive line.
Yeah, it's good.
Great offensive line. Especially their interior.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bro. If they get rid of Steichen, man, I'm not gonna lie, man.
I love him.
Where would you rank them as far as candidates? I know if LaFleur is your number one, it sounds like. Where would you rank Steichen if you had to put him on a list? Like
candidates, period?
Yeah, candidates, period.
It's just people that were like not current head coaches at all, right? It's just like we're assuming like if he gets fired, but not including like a Tomlin or a Harbaugh, anything like that, right?
Yeah. Tomlin, can we agree that Tomlin and Harbaugh they just don't fit the Raiders right now? Not because they're not good coaches, is because it's just the Raiders are rebuilding and they're gonna want too much for them to even complete a rebuild correctly. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
They're gonna want to win now.
I'm wrestling between 3 and 4. Okay. Mike LaFleur,
okay,
Brian Flores, then it's him and Kubiak.
Okay. Oh, you have Brian Flores over him?
Yeah, I have Brian Flores over him.
Oh.
Yeah, I have Brian Flores over him.
Tough.
Just because I like the distance that Brian Flores has had since his last job. Like it's almost like rebounding off a relationship where you you really haven't learned anything. Like you just jump right into another relationship because you don't want to be alone type deal. Like that's what I would feel. That's why I don't like hiring head coaches right after they get fired. Like give them a year, let them reflect, and that's why I think Brian Flores has had enough time. Like I like Shane Steichen, but right now I'm not hiring him as a head coach. Right after he gets fired by the coach, not doing it. If it was a year from now, yeah, he's probably 2. I mean, I still like Mike LaFleur that much, but he's probably 2. But right now, I wouldn't do it right after that.
Okay. Well, Flores, who's your OC?
Flores, my OC. See, he ain't gonna get fired because I would love Mike McDaniel in that situation. I don't think he's gonna get fired. It had to be. I don't know. That's the thing. It's probably somebody from the Patriots or somebody from the Vikings staff. Actually, somebody from the Vikings staff.
Who's the current offensive coordinator? Oh boy, McCown. Or he's the QB coach. Is he the QB coach?
Josh McCown.
Josh
McCown.
Josh Yeah.
Oh, that would be clean. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yes. That would be clean. That would be smooth. That would be smooth right there.
But he would be gone after like a year of the.
He would for sure. He would for sure. The Texans tried to hire him 3 years ago.
Yeah. And
then they had to people. It was a backlash, and they hired Lovie Smith instead.
Yeah.
But that would be smooth. That would be smooth. I would dig that. Or I think Nussmeier's dad is on that staff too. I want to say. But yeah.
Okay. LS is giving us. Man, I appreciate LS, man. Like, I don't want to look this up, man, but he man, LS did the work. Appreciate it, my guy. He says Colts will have 1 900-yard receiver, 2 800-yard receivers, and 1 500-yard receiver when the season's over. Basically, they're getting production from everywhere.
Yeah, that's pretty wrong. That's what I'm saying. They have like a lot of like just solid guys,
and it basically kind of lines up with what we said. A lot of good Jacoby Meyer level players, and then Jonathan Taylor will have probably finished 2,000.
Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, and that's
Hey, Jonathan Taylor was an MVP candidate.
He was.
In some games, his name was getting thrown in there too as well.
Yeah. I think he was probably he was considered MVP, but he was probably the early favorite for Offensive Player of the Year. And now that's it's a wrap for that. I think now
that's all good, bro. It's all good, man. But hey, man, great show, great conversation. Man, I can't. I can at least agree with the part of the year.
Yeah,
giving a coach a year, but man, like he has like I'm looking at the possibilities. Sometimes when I look at coaches, I think about the possibilities, and with Steichen, I can see it being like he's still young, like 4-year-old coach, still like a young coach. Man, I think it would be a great hire if they bring Steichen, but it is what it is. Well, hold up, Andy Reid, did he take a year off? He took a year off?
I don't remember.
He did. I
don't remember. I think he did, but I don't remember.
I think he did because I don't remember him going from the Eagles straight to the Chiefs. Because I remember it was a situation of like it was just random, like the Chiefs are in early talks. Like I just remember it was just kind of random.
Yeah, I think he took some time. I think he might have did TV.
Oh man, damn man, that sucks, bro.
I think he did TV for a year. I want to say. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Steichen would be a great OC, but it's just, I think he can be a good coach. He can be a good coach, man. But yeah, man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure clacking at this point, clack out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Great convo as usual. Well, hopefully the Raiders will this week will basically put the nail on the coffin, man. Just go ahead and just confirm that they get the number 1 pick. Because if they lose, I mean, technically they people are saying that they have like an 89% chance of getting the number 1 pick. But if they win this game, Giants, I think, have a chance to get. They have like 11% chance, so they have a chance to get the number, even though they beat them. So I think the tiebreakers are like strength of schedule.
Yeah,
I heard the Jets are eliminated from getting the number 1 pick. So the Jets, we don't got to worry about the Jets.
The Raiders are the only team in the NFL not to have won at least 3 games.
Yeah, but if they win, they'll put
it right in there. Yeah. But I don't think they can get any lower than the second, though. What I heard, somebody was saying.
So the Giants don't threat, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Damn, and they lost to them, and they still what? That's crazy.
Yeah, because it's just straight strength of schedule, so the head-to-head matchups don't matter. And we didn't just lose; we got our ass whipped, bro. It wasn't even close.
All right, hey Tim, man. Hey, look, man. It is what it is, man. You don't think he's a good head coach? I disagree.
Not right away. I think he needs a year, man. I
I disagree, man. I think he, bruh. And it's not even a Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels had like crazy stuff going on with him, but like people were questioning him in the locker room. You know, we all know what that was, but
Exactly.
it is what it is. But Severe, man, let the people know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff.
You guys know what it is, man. The Severe Raider here on YouTube, Snap, X, TikTok, IG, basically everywhere. The Severe Raider. That's your boy, man. Sundays and Wednesdays, the Raider Real Room, me, 805 Raider, and Christian Protect the Shield. Obviously Tuesdays and Thursdays with my dog PharoahNFL, the 50-50 show, and Around the Shield. Obviously, the holidays, we'll be mixing things up a little bit this weekend. But make sure y'all hit that like button, tap the notification bell, do your thing.
Hold up. We got to do it. Hold up. I got to double check this.
Time off for Andy Reid.
Because I was thinking about what you said about the time off, and I was like thinking about it.
He might not have he might not have no time off. Because I think I remember there was like, but I thought that, because I remember there was like there was like planes waiting for him to be hired or to fly him.
Bro,
but I thought that was like from his home. I thought that was from his hometown though. But there was like 3 teams that sent planes for him when he was looking for a job. But I didn't think that was right after he got fired though.
Let me. I'm looking at his coaching career right now. Let's see. So the Eagles, his last year with the Eagles was 2012. They went 4-12. Yeah. He went to Kansas City 2013, basically. So
what did he do that first year with Kansas City?
He went 11-5.
Hey.
Dane Steichen, number 1 coaching target. I'm telling you, bro.
Look. we ain't comparing. Look. We not comparing Shane Steichen to Andy Reid.
No. Not from a success standpoint, but I think he still is crazy. He has so much potential. Like he has it. He has everything. Like he has what we want in an offensive coach. Like.
I think Andy is the exception, not the rule in that situation. Andy had took a team to the Super Bowl.
So we gotta find another one. We gotta find.
I don't think we should compare Shane Steichen, a guy that could conceivably get fired after 3 years, to a guy in Andy Reid that's a Hall of Famer and took his team to the Super Bowl with the Eagles. I'm not even talking about the Chiefs. That's like just the Eagles. He took them to the Super Bowl and multiple NFC Championship games, if I recall correctly.
Bro, Steichen, he checks every play caller. Like the fact that he gets the best out of the players on offense. Like no number 1 receiver, but he still has, all the shout out to LS, all the numbers that they were able to put out, the production. Like it's just the development. I can see him developing a quarterback. Obviously, the Anthony Richardson didn't go as planned, but like the fact that he was able to get what he probably the best that Gardner Minshew's ever played in his career. You could argue.
Probably. I don't remember that first year with the Jaguars. I remember like it was Minshew mania that first year with the Jaguars, but I don't remember exactly what his numbers were though.
Yeah, that year with the Colts, they just narrowly missed the playoffs. Basically, like it came down to like the last week. I remember. The only reason I remember this is because.
The running back dropped a pass. I remember they should have been in there.
Yeah, because was it 20? Because I was looking at the Raiders at the time. I was like, okay, the Raiders. This is when AP was the coach, and I was like, all right, the Raiders, but obviously the Raiders end up missing the playoffs. It was too late for them. But then, like I remember, it came down to the last week for Steichen and Gardner Minshew. But the Daniel Jones, like the way he had him playing, and like, bruh, man, it just.
No, I think Daniel Jones is the biggest feather in his cap. Because Minshew, like I said, Minshew when he was with the Jags, he played well. Hey, look, but the jury's still out. Look, how are you going to say you take her over Mark Davis, but she about to fire Shane Steichen, the dude you say you take over everybody?
Nah, I didn't say that.
I know. I'm talking about LS. LS, she about to fire Shane Steichen.
Mark's type person that like she's obviously, she might be cleaning house. It's possible. Also, Mark is the type of person he'll give Steichen like a 15-year contract.
Yeah, exactly. Give it.
No accountability
Yeah,
contract. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Uh,
it's crazy, man. But yeah, man, we'll be back. We'll be back later this week around the Shield. Definitely check us out to our normal time on Thursday next year. Next year, y'all. Hey, man, this is the last show.
oh yeah, yeah. But we do gotta get rid of Smoke. He did send the super chat. I don't think we ever addressed it.
Oh, my bad. Hey, my bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
I think you put up on the screen, and then
Hey,
I
man,
probably went off on some
Hey,
tangent.
appreciate
Yeah.
that, bro. Hold
No,
on.
but it was who do we have more faith in, Jack Besh or Dante Thornton?
Hold on. We gotta salute to my guy, man. He says, who do you guys have more faith in, Thornton or Besh? Besh.
Okay, it depends on the question. It depends on what you mean by faith. And it's subjective. Do you mean who do I have more faith in?
Becoming a good player, becoming like a serviceable, like productive player.
Serviceable, like NFL level player, like super mid, extra medium. Jack Besh. Who do I have more faith in one day being like a number one receiver? Dante Thornton. I don't think he'll ever be there, but I think he has more of what you need in terms of like just a raw athleticism to do it. He's missing the technical aspect of the game, obviously. Jack Besh, I don't think he has it in him. I don't think he has it in him at all.
I mean, there's been guys drafted in the 5th round that are the best receivers in the NFL, fourth or 5th round. And a guy that plays for the Rams, I think. I think.
But Puka came in serving. Like, so that's like
he came in serving.
He
came in playing for the, for McVay, man. McVay,
Yeah.
he bring the best out of. Look, but
they already had Cup though, so they had guys. Not like he came in like it's like they had guys, and he still just came out balling.
Right, but we'll see, man. It's hard to say. But I think Besh can be a solid player. I think he could turn out to be a solid player. I just think that he just needs time to develop. With Thornton, man, it's I feel like it's a longer road compared to Besh. So we'll see what type of offseason he has this year. But I feel like there's a longer road with Thornton, which I kind of felt like, there's gonna be some development, but man, just seeing him out there, it's just, I don't know, man.
We kind of knew that.
Yeah, we knew that, but like, it's just seeing it. It's just like, man, like the Raiders have to go into the offseason, kind of have to be looking to get at least two receivers.
Bro, we just spent a 2nd round pick. That's what pissed me off. Stuff like that, bro. We just spent a 2nd round pick on the receiver that I don't think, like Dante Thornton has a much higher chance of ever being a number one, but he also has a much higher chance of being out of the league in the next year or so. Right, way higher than Jack Besh. Right. But Jack Besh ain't never. I don't think he'll ever be more than like a 2 at best, and I don't even think he's gonna be a 2. I think he's gonna be like a 3.
Well, that's
2
not bad.
is pushing it for me. Not in the 2nd round. I ain't dropping no like what? Hell nah, bro. You better be like an elite number. If you got drafted 2nd round, you better be a top tier number 2. I ain't mean like, oh, he a solid serviceable number 2. He better be like top upper echelon 2. 2nd round.
Can he be number 2?
T. Higgins was a 2nd round pick.
I know, man. I like you already know my first reaction to Besh getting picked in the 2nd round. I was disgusted. I was hella disgusted. But I'm giving it a chance because obviously. Yeah. I think he's gonna be a solid player. Like I don't think he's gonna be like a bust or like just a trash player. I think he'll be a solid player. But like bro, like it's a 2nd round pick. Damn.
At least draft a guy with some upside. Like damn.
I know.
Tight end, man.
I know.
Shout out to
and that's why. Hey, look. That's what I like. I'm looking at the 2nd round, and if like Denzel Boston is there, or I know you don't like this, but you see what I see when the Brazil from Tennessee, Just
Yeah.
wa-
Oh
watch
yeah.
him.
No, he
Just watch him play. It's
he's a
night and
crazy
day
athlete.
a big
Yeah.
difference from Thornton. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? How he plays the receiver position, but you know,
Yeah.
those are guys I think are going to be there in a second. There's some other guys too, but Denzel Boston I think would be, if he's there, you got to take him. You have to.
Right, man. Oh man, salute to you from the East Coast. Goddamn, it's 4:00 in the morning for you, bro.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, man. We appreciate everybody coming through, man. Great show. Like I said, great conversation. Devontae was also in the second. Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Devontae. Yeah, AJ Brown was a 2nd-round pick. DK Metcalf was a 2nd-round pick. I want to say.
Oh man, that not.
Was Devontae Smith? Devontae Smith was a 1st-round pick, right? Devontae Smith was a 1st-round pick.
Damn, and I'm putting that one on Spy Tech. I don't know if that was Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I don't know if that's Pete Carroll.
Because Pete Carroll likes he likes the measurables, like the toolsy guys.
Yeah.
Especially at receiver, with his history with DK Metcalf and we all know that Thornton was a Pete Carroll pick.
Exactly.
Yeah, Spy Tech, man. He gonna have to. We gonna see, man. We gonna see. We gonna give it time, man. Hey, man. Well, we'll see y'all next year. Happy New Year. We'll be back this Thursday. Around the Shield on Thursday. Be on the lookout for that. Hopefully, we'll try to see if we can get a guest for the new year. And we're gonna keep it positive, man. We're gonna we're gonna keep you updated. Yeah, we do know the Detroit Lions, but it's mostly about the Raiders. But every now and then we'll roast the Detroit Lions when we can.
Yeah. It was funny. Because I remember you was talking about. I remember it was like I meant to hit you on Twitter with it, for the world to see. Because right after you got done comparing Mendoza to Goff, and then Detroit gets eliminated from the playoffs, and then Stroud goes out there and they clinch another 10-win season. I think they punched their ticket to the playoffs. I was like, this is ironic.
Right.
This ironic.
Right. But the thing is though, like we say things not based off.
Yes, exactly. It's not who they will be. It's just who they play.
If we're doing it off just one game, then that would be a different conversation. We can answer, be like, I don't know, maybe get it done with this game. But like, as far as we're just looking at it from a bigger picture. But Mendoza, hey, shout out to Raider fans, man. Y'all watching? If the Raiders are able to hold down that number 1 pick, Mendoza is going to play this Thursday against Alabama. Definitely check that out. That's going to be a matchup, good game to see Mendoza play.
What happens if Ty Simpson go out there and whoop his ass? What if that happens?
That would be so ugly. I mean, it's not going to be an indictment on Mendoza. It's just more like you want to feel good. At least going into offseason.
Nah,
okay.
I don't think that happened. I think Indiana's gonna win, but I'm just curious because Ty Simpson probably mad as hell that people slighting him. He probably gonna play the game of his life.
Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll be back at it, man. We'll be back Thursday around the Shield, man. Obviously next week on every Tuesdays we have 50-50 show. Make sure to follow us all over social media. If it's your first time watching the show, definitely subscribe both channels. Definitely on the way out, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You guys watching the replay, leave comments, let us know your thoughts on the conversation. The Raiders. What should the Raiders do this offseason? Who should the Raiders target in free agency? We're getting close there. Should Pete Carroll be let go? Do you guys think that Pete Carroll is going to be let go next week? Because there's nothing official yet. All signs point to him being let go. And if he is let go, what coaching candidate would you like, man? I know me and Severe are talking about Steichen and him being a possible candidate. Are you guys for Steichen? Let us know in the chat. He says Mendoza will cook. We'll see, bro. We'll see.
We'll see.
But any last thoughts before we head out, Severe?
Nah, man. It's just, hey, season almost in the books, baby. Let's get this thing over with. Get on to Black Monday.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Peace.